Good. Looks like we're live. Just wait for my YouTube to kick on in. I can bring my pop-out chat out. Bit late tonight, people. Just put Riley Boy to bed. So, let's get rid of the old YouTube. That's that bit done. Let's get my pop-out chat sorted. Hopefully we'll have no problems with the old internet tonight. Bit of luck. I know there's quite a few people gone live today and what have you, so it does tend to have a bit of an effect on what's going on. Let's grab my old pop-out chat up. Got quite a few in the house already, I can see, milling about. How you all doing? Hope you're doing good. Let me just bring my pop-out chat out of the way a little tiny bit just so I can get set up. So I have literally just fired the old computer up, so I'm a little bit behind. But hopefully we'll be going in no less than 2 or 3 minutes. So just put Riley Boy to bed, got him sorted out, and now hopefully we can get onto a stream. Been super busy this week, absolutely mental, which is good. As how I like it. But we shall see how we get on. Having a problem putting on my adverts. I think it's something to do with the old YouTube won't allow because of the old child stuff. It won't let me save it, so it'll just be one of our adverts. It's no biggie. So let me get rid of that and come back to you guys, wherever you guys are. Just wait for this to fire back up. Oh, my YouTube's having the right moment. And the right mare. That's it. Is it okay? Right. That's on there. That's on there. That's all good. That's all good. Good to go. Pop out, chat up. Lovely. There it is. 25 in the house after 2.5 minutes, which is absolutely fantastic. How you all doing? Hope you're doing well. Just had an absolutely banging Chinese, to be fair. I think it's the only Chinese actually open in my entire town. Really, really good. Hiya, Martin. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Nice to have a little chat with you today. Very nice indeed. So how you all doing? What are we now? 2.5 weeks lockdown, something like that. Hope you're all doing okay. Staying safe and all that sort of stuff. Hope you're all looking after each other and enjoying yourselves best you can. The weather has been absolutely banging. Weather's been absolutely brilliant today. So I hope you haven't taken advantage of that and gone down the old beach and what have you. I hope you've all been indoors doing what you need to do and only moving about if you really, really have to. So hopefully you're all safe and all doing well. Mrs. P, she came home from work yesterday, a bit of a dodgy one because a couple of patients she was looking after were suspected. And turns out Mrs. P was working right next door to him or on them pretty much. And we didn't know. But turns out that they come back negative. So that's all good. So I'll just give it 2 or 3 minutes in the old chat. And then I'll tell you what I've been up to. And I'll say hello to everyone as they're going through. And go from there. I've had a busy week, actually. I've got a lawnmower behind me just now. A little tiny Crowcast. That's on the bench. The Wolf come in, which is these two, Crowcast and the Wolf, are part of a part exchange. I've also got a Frisky Fox. There's a name for a lawnmower, a Frisky Fox. That came in. I picked that one up. No self-drive and not starting issue, but I think I'm on top of that one. Got a GV100 to do with a Honda push mower, which I'm going to turn into a drive. And I've also got a Beta coming as well. What's that in the background? Just done a Honda today, Mountfield Honda Hybrid. Just got that going today, which will actually make a good little film. Done a Honda Izzy as well this week, a complete deck swap, which is good. So all I've got left to do now is a big 21-inch cut Crowcast. That's coming up soon. And a couple of bits and pieces, and that's me done. I'm literally, seriously, haven't got any. The postie nicked the stickers, Mick. I'll get to that in a minute. Literally, I'm running out of machines. People aren't selling them. People aren't trading them in. You know, because of the current situation, it's just not happening. I'm picking the odd 1 or 2 up here and there, just not a lot. I have just had a text of somebody who wants to give me a free mower. Literally, that text came through no less than about 10 minutes ago. I put an advert out on my old local selling site, like you do. Wanted lawnmowers, dead or alive, all that sort of caper. And he's wants to give me this. Anyone recognise this at all? Anyone recognise that? What that is? Yes, it's another Sussex Super Punch. It looks like the 17-inch as well, the dual one, which is exactly the same as what I had in just a couple of weeks ago. It's another one. So he's given that. He's got a box for it as well. And he said if I want to go and pick that up at some point, I can have that one for nothing as well. So I've got another Suffolk Punch coming in at some point, which would be good. So apart from that, not a lot on. Riley Boy is doing okay. He's a bit of a dodgy day today, but it has just expired. We didn't give him his behavioural meds this morning. I forgot. Bad daddy. And it just dawned on me about 25 minutes ago. I actually didn't give his behavioural meds, and that's why he's been a little bit peaky today. But he's done quite well holding it together, which is good. But he's not asleep yet, so anything could happen in the next 20 minutes. So I'll go through the chat, see how you're all doing, and what have you. And then once gone through the chat, we'll go through the rules and regs, as we all know, and then we'll get some people up. Hopefully, we'll get a good panel tonight because, well, you're all at home. You're all at home, so you'll either be drunk in front of a chair or passed out in the garden. I've just seen a reason why I've got a bit of a windy, bit of a drafty shed. I can see a dirty, great big crack through the side of my shed wall. I need to silicone that up. Right, so what have we got in here? Hi all, let's see what happens tonight. Yeah, let's see what happens tonight, Pete. Pete Frouds in the house. How you doing, Pete? Nice to see you, buddy boy. Fun things to do with Tech Sparky. How you doing? Evening mixers. Jason Hughes. How you doing, Jace? Nice to see you, buddy boy. We've also got you two for chatting. Stuart's in the house. How you doing, Stuart? Nice to see you, buddy boy. Hope you're doing well. Who else we got in here? Benedict White. How you doing? Crikey, Mick, you're late. I know. I had a Chinese. It was nice actually. I had chili ribs with Kong Po chicken and special chili salt smoked chicken. That was really nice. It's a new Chinese we haven't tried before. It's pretty much the only one that's open, and absolutely banging. Really, really clean. You can see them cook all the food behind the glass. What have you? They all had masks on, gloves on, all that caper. No more than 2 meters in front. All that. It was banging. It really, really was a nice Chinese. Really, in fact, I haven't finished mine yet. Mine's on the fridge, so hopefully when I get back, it'll still be there. I was Mrs. P. Might be up the old ribs. You know what they're like. I was a little bit late. I was only about 10 minutes late. I do between 6 and half 6, somewhere in there. All depends on Riley Boy. If I can get Riley Boy off the bed, when I'm sorted. But because I was a bit late and he was late, which means I'm late. So Benedict White's in the house. How you doing, Benedict? Andy's in the house. How you doing, Andy? Nice to see you. Trolls in the house. How are you doing? 999's in the house. How are you doing? Jason Hughes, Motors, Mowers and Machines. How are you doing, buddy boy? Any news on your HGV, Jay? I know it was sort of cancelled because of the old obvious. Any more news on that, buddy boy? I know you're due to do some driving on Friday, weren't you? Retro Restore in the house. That's Martin Butler. Go and people, don't forget Martin Butler. Go and check out Martin Butler's other channel. Sparky, can you run me a link for Butler's Empire? I know that most of you will be subscribed to him, but he does want some watch hours. So if anyone has a spare device, can you go to Butler's Empire for me and run his channel for me? That'd be brilliant. It just needs not many more hours, probably about 500, 600 hours. If you can get on there and get him up to monetization on that channel, it'd be much appreciated. So go over to Butler's Empire once Sparky or someone runs his link to that channel. Just run it, please. That'd be good. Help a man out. He helps others, so why not help him? Lovely night for it, Martin. You're quite right. Raphael's in the house. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Anthony, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you, buddy boy. Hope you're doing well. Dirt Rider's in the house too. Phil's in the house. How you doing, Phil? Keep going, keep going. Jack's in the house. Jack, was it you that emailed me, Jack, about that engine or something? You emailed me about something. Hopefully I helped you out. I'm sure it was you, Jack, that emailed me the other day. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Terry in circles. How you doing, honey? Nice to see you. Steve's in the house. How you doing? You're all chatting to each other. Partners is in the house also. Oh, that just jumped massively. Bear with me. It jumped a lot. Mason Fox in the house. How you doing, Mason? Ben's in the house. How are you? Lennon's in the house. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Ali Max in the house. What's up? Hey, how you doing, Ali? Left a nice little comment for you on my next video, Ali. It'll be the Mountfield Honda one. Little comment for you in there, buddy. It'll be about 3 or 4 weeks before that comes out, but nice little comment in there for you, mate. Ian Day's in the house. How you doing, Ian? Nice to see you. Bruce is in the house. Don't you. Camping Adventures in the house as well. How you doing? Nice to see you. Oh, you're chatting away. 58 in the house after 9 minutes. That's absolutely fantastic. Good numbers. That's what we like to see. Scott's in the house too. Brandon from BS Small Engines. Not seen you around for a little while, mate. Hope you're doing well. Not seen you flying about. I see you've done a few videos and what have you. And you was asked to doing a Q&A question thing on your last video. You want people to ask questions if they need any help. So Martin from Retro Restore, Butler's Empire, and Retro Hacks is saying he needs 400 watch hours. So yeah, get over to here. There's a link just below. Sparky's just posted. I'm a bit behind. Pardon me, need to belch. Someone please run Martin's channel. He'd appreciate it. Terry's in there. Run Terry already. Mike's in the house too. Mike News, is that Newsom? A bit of dirt on my screen. Yeah, Newsom, how you doing? Nice to see you. Stay safe. Everyone says camping adventures. Yeah, you're right there. Staying safe as much as we can. Thanks for a text bucket. I'm lost here. My friend, laugh out loud. Everyone's lost, Terry. It's not just you. We're all lost. We're all lost souls. Lennon's in the house, sat in the garden with a beer, watching you round the fire. Absolutely lovely. I could do a beer tonight. In fact, I might go and get a beer in a bit. Watching from the driveway, working hard, says Ken's Small Engines. Well, you're probably watching. I wouldn't say you're working very hard, Ken. Don't tell lies. Hope you're doing well, Ken, over there in the USA. Hope you're doing well. So that's everyone in the house. Everyone said hello. If I've missed anyone, say, oi, Mick, you missed me. Butler's Empire, there you go. There's Butler's Empire's channel. There it is. Check him out. Just coming at the last knock-ins there. Go and say hello to him. Miles in the house too. How are you doing? Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you, mate. I'm doing very well. Got 55 in the house just after 11 minutes. Just want to check my phone. 2 tickles. Yeah. Leave it with me. Yeah. Cool. Right. Okay. So, Roy's a boy. How you doing, Roy? Nice to see you. Ben's in the house too. How you doing, Ben? Nice to see you. Watch your video today, Roy, on the old drive cable. That reminds me. Somewhere, Roy. Somewhere over the rainbow. I had here. I know I did. Could I see it? I thought with you today, Roy. I do it. It's here somewhere. I know it is. I've seen it. I put it up. I know I did. I see it. I've actually got one in cables with a spring ends on it. When I was watching the video, I thought, yeah, that's the bit you need, Roy. That bit there. I've got a spare one somewhere. It's over there. I dug it out today. There's Roy. Raphael's given me 30 DKKs. I've no idea what that equates to. Probably about 35 grand, I'd say, something like that. Cheers for that. I can put that towards my new upgrade on my dashboard on my new Bentley. Hope you're doing, Raphael. Doing well, Raphael, mate. Thanks for super chat. Much appreciated. When you get 5-siders, I'm putting this drill away. Cool, no worries. All techs in the house too. How you doing? Nice to see you. So everyone's in there. 56 in the house after 30 minutes. Can we have a couple of thumbs up before we start? That'd be good. We all have a thumbs up. It's saying I got 20, but I haven't refreshed it yet, and no thumbs down, which is unusual because normally I get quite a few, unless they're sleeping. So if someone goes to wake up my haters, they're behind. 24 on a thumbs up now. That's going up in last year. I got 56 in the house, 30 thumbs up, going up. It'd be nice to get up to 50 within the first sort of half hour. That'd be cool. Oh, 1 thumbs down. Cheers for that. Much appreciated. I will try and get 1. I got 3 now. Cheers. Yeah, beautiful, lovely. That's what I want. Cool. So. Hope you're doing well and hope you're staying safe. Because it's not a good time, is it? But we are all sticking together globally. It looks like we're doing what we're doing. Hi, Granny, how you doing? And we are we're going to get through this. We know we are. It's just going to take a bit longer than what everyone thinks, and especially what Donald Trump thinks. As long as we sit together and do the things we need to do, we can see our way through this. So, hi, Mick. It's frustrating to get hold of lawnmowers at the minute, says Mr. Miller. Yeah, I know, mate. You're not alone. You're not alone. I'm struggling too, but it's what it is, right? It's what it is. Hey ho. So that's it. So I've got 63 in the house now, which is lovely numbers. Share it out on your old community tab. You've got a community tab. Copy the link up the top over there. Over there. Copy the link, put it on your community tab, share it out. The more we're getting in, the more fun we have. You know what I mean? So share it out on your community tab and on your Twitters and on your social medias. That'd be cool. And we'll get some more in it. So rules of a chat are very, very simple. Nothing's changed. The only one extra we now have is we don't like you talking about the obvious thing that's sort of going about at the moment. We don't like that, especially if you mention the word that begins with C. Don't like it. So we can't mention that too much. If you just sort of say, well, it's bad about the old obvious, then we know what we're talking about, right? Apparently that's not a good thing at the moment. You can't talk about it, which is kind of weird. No more than 2 emojis in the chat, no capital letters, unless your YouTube channel is actually spelt in capital letters. I accept that. Anyone that is found to be busting them rules or making just a general nuisance of themselves, Edward Thomas, then you'll get a warning shot across your bow. One of my moderators will possibly delete your comment. If you continue, the moderator will probably time you out. And if you continue again, you'll get banned from the chat till next chat. That's the way it goes. That's my rules, my regulations. That's how I run my chat. Nice and clean. And we'll have a bit of fun. That's the general idea. Stream will be on for about 2.5 hours, somewhere in there, all dependent on Riley Boy. If Riley Boy wakes up, it'll be cut short. What I do is I also put the link out in the old Rhonda. Rhonda, how are you doing? Not seen you for like 10 years. Nice to see you, girl. So once I put the link out, you can come up on the panel, come and say hello. Someone else new there as well. Chain Man, how you doing? Nice to see you. Stay safe, enjoying the chat. Cool, nice to see you. And someone else coming new too. I haven't seen for a little while too. Who's that? Steven's in the house, and somebody else. Diesel guy. I see. How you doing, Diesel guy? Once I put the link out there, come up on the chat. Come downstairs here, down the bottom. I see you down here. And before I bring it up onto the old panel, I'll give you an instruction, something simple like pick your nose or whatever, and that way I know that you are who you say you are, and it's not just a video of a troll's done. So simple instruction: if you don't do it, don't come up. Once you come up, camera on, audio on, have a chat, enjoy yourself. Same rules apply as they do in the chat on the old panel. Dusty Blonde is in the house. Someone run Dusty Blondes for me, please, as well. She's going to be live tomorrow night, 6:30. Dusty Blonde, she's my co-pilot. She runs the warming down show on a Sunday night. This is, of course, the main event. She runs the warm down show. So if someone can run Dusty Blonde's stream, she's getting close to her 1K. Bless her heart. She's trying really hard and has an absolutely banging stream. And it'd be good if you guys can go over and see Dusty tomorrow. She's one of the major streamers out there at this current time over weekends, doing what she should be doing. So absolutely fantastic. You can go over and support Dusty Blonde as well. She's a fantastic woman. So we've got a few more in the house too. Hammy Hunter's in the house. How you doing? Big numbers in already, Mick. Anyone would think it's the main event. 70 people in the house. Can't be lying. That's what it is. I'm not being big-headed, but whoa! It's what it is. Sorry, Ali, I know you got headphones on. Had a couple more new ones in there. Drifty's in the house too. How you doing, Drifty? I don't like missing no one because you come to see me, so I don't like missing no one. Kieran's in the house too. How you doing, buddy boy? Kieran, is that you, Killer B? I don't know. Is that the same one, Kieran, or is that somebody else? If that's Killer B, Kieran, let me know. I'm not sure if you changed your channel name. Matthew, how you doing? Hi, Mick. I know your vids are helping our way through. For it picked up my first ever lawnmower last summer and fixed up after watching Martin Butler. Still, you do it. What better time than now? Yeah, exactly that. You just get your hands dirty, get in there, get down, get dirty, and get it done. Exactly that. Yeah, fantastic. And it's good to see that people like Martin Butler's videos and what have you can help people out to do what they want to do. Maybe make a few quid and keep the brain stimulated. That's the idea, keeping the brain stimulated. No, only just found your video after watching Martin Butler. Cool. No worries, that's fine. Yeah, I was on the phone to Mr. Butler today. She had a bit of a natter today and yesterday. Just seeing how he's doing and whatever. And I got a new piece of equipment coming, which is cool. Tim Palmer's in the house. How you doing, buddy boy? Nice to see you. Bastard of Vegas. Evening, Mick. Evening, all. Butler's Empire. Hi, how you doing? Well, anyway, that's you all chatting. Ian Day's in the house too. I need to belch one more time. That's my Chinese. Big Boss Man in the house too. How you doing? Right, let's get a link out here. Let's get a link out. Let's have a chat. 46 thumbs up. 46 thumbs up, thumbs down. Well, that means. Anyway, I don't know, thumbs down. It doesn't matter. Thumbs down is cool. Thumbs down is as people are watching me. Right, copy that link up. Let's see who we get in. You never know who turns up. I think the first one, mate, or less, be lowest leader, not high value. Anything wrong so far? Bottom end. So yeah, cool. It's what it is. You know, at the end of the day, a lawnmower is a lawnmower. 7 thumbs down. Woohoo! Celebrity status. half of them will disappear later on because they don't stay. So that's cool. Right, link's going in the chat now. So as I say, there's a link. Feel free, knock yourselves out. Now, 77 in the house, which is quite a high number for me. So if I get bombarded in the basement, then I'll have to rotate it. So don't get upset if all of a sudden you just get dumped out and then someone comes up. I have to keep it moving. So if you're not up here yakking, boom, you're going to go down and get someone else up. And the idea is to keep the chat rotating. So don't get the knock if I dump you out of the basement. It's nothing personal. Out the chat, it's nothing personal. I'm trying to keep the stream running. That's the idea. So bombard me. 77 in the house. Can we get 80? Can we please get 80, 90, 90, 90, 100, 75,000 in the chat? Would be great. Ain't never going to happen. But share me out on the old platform. Give us a thumbs up. And we'll see who we get. And we'll go from there. Dusty Blonde's link is there from Ali Mack. So thank you, Ali Mack, for that. For those of you who don't know, Ali Mack recently got to his 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations to Ali Mack. Well deserved. And Ali Mack goes live on a Thursday night for those of you that don't know. Ali Mack's channel is down there on the right-hand side next to his name. Click his buttons and away you go. Just shared you out. It says, Granny, you are a superstar. So there you go. Have a little go at it. Otherwise, I'll sit up here for the next 2 hours and just talk absolute garbage. And nothing will happen. So unless you hit that link, it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen unless you hit that link. It ain't going to happen unless you hit that link. Warning, it ain't going to happen unless you hit that link. So you hit that link and then you can come on up. Hard to get subscribers. Yeah, it is, mate. Yeah, it is. It is hard. It's not an easy thing. It's not an easy thing. Got Jimmy C in the house. Jimmy C's coming on down here. Jimmy, touch top of your head, please, mate, for me. Just touch the top of your head, buddy boy. Thank you very much, my sweetheart. Thank you very much. Up comes Mr. Jimmy C. How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Oh, you know me, Jimmy. I'm rocking and rolling.
Right.
Just slamming it here with 70 in the chat. You know me. Just a normal day. Normal gravy and chips.
Gotta love that, man.
Oh my God! Now we're gonna get bombarded. Roy's a boy. Hood up, hood down. Hood up, hood down, Roy. You can't hear me. Hood up, hood down. Cheers, Roy. Thank you very much, buddy boy. Much appreciated. I knew it was you, but you just don't know. You don't know who's recorded what. And next thing you know, you get bombarded with someone doing something nasty with a cucumber. I'm not up for that. You know what I mean? How you doing, Jim?
I'm doing. You know, I was just sitting here, kind of screwing around a little bit before I get my day started.
Oh yeah. Did I say cucumber? I meant marrow. I can't share you out. I don't have 1K yet. Yeah, that's fine, Brandon. Not a problem. You'll get there, buddy boy. We all get there eventually. We'll all help each other out one way or the other. We'll all get there. Tim Palmer says he's okay after yes. Yeah, Tim Palmer. I think he laid his good lady to rest, didn't he? Yes, I believe.
Who did?
Tim Palmer.
Oh.
Yeah, he lost his old lady last week. So yeah, not good. But anyway, my thoughts are with you, Tim. All the best for you, buddy. Look forward, mate. Just keep looking forward. It can only get better. And if you feel really bad, just look at my ugly mug, and that will seriously do you in, won't it?
Uh-huh.
So I've got somebody in the panel here. Can you just? Oh, hang on. Let's sort my camera out. Can you just touch top of your head for me? Touch top of your head. Yeah. So here we come. We got ever heard of a channel called Terrell Fixes All? They've come on up. How you doing, buddy boys? Nice to see you.
Hey. That sure looks like Terrell to me.
Yo,
looks like a lot of them.
Hey,
how are we doing?
good. How are you?
Oh, you know me, living a dream. Just sitting here, just minding my own beeswax, and all of a sudden I've got 3 Herberts turn up on my channel.
3 Herberts.
Man.
Say again, buddy.
I said, thanks for having us.
Do you know what? You're more than welcome. You came up on my stream just the other day on my video, and you helped me out, you know, took a goodness out of your own time just to help a little channel like me out, and I will be forever grateful for that. And, you know, it's important to have this YouTube community around us that we can rely on each other, throw some fun and games each other's way, and that's what it's all about, involving each other, especially in this crazy time where we're at. You know, we're seriously crazy at the moment. Everyone is really struggling just to keep their heads on straight.
And by the way, you 3 are not social distancing.
I know. Not at the moment.
They're family. I think you can get away with it with family.
I understand.
Yeah. So how are you all doing over there? How's the shop going? Is that shut down or what's the crack?
Appointment only.
Yeah, I hear that.
You got to make an appointment.
Yeah, a lot of people doing that.
So is it a question of they sort of pay the money through the letterbox or something? You just kick the mower out the door and away they go, sort of thing.
We put it on the stick. We got a long stick. Put the parts in a bag and we put the stick out there. And if they don't pay, we poke them with the stick.
A big poking stick, man. I need to get myself a poking stick for some of my customers, or a big hammer is what I need.
Comes in handy.
Yeah.
Especially the boomerang hammers, because you get a second go at it in case you miss them first time round.
Yeah. If in doubt, give it a clap.
Yeah, exactly that. So how's Slippers doing? Are you doing well, Slippers?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
You're doing all right, are you? Good, nice to hear. Have you had a busy day, or what time is it over there? It must be what, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that.
A little after 1. What time is it there in jolly old England?
Jolly old England, Tally Ho Angels 1-5. It is 7 o'clock at night.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
We'll put it right, Mickey. It's 6 minutes past.
Yeah, 6 minutes past 7. Yeah, but we, it's still daylight out here in the old Jardin. It's still daylight out here, and the clocks went forward, so we've still got good daylight hours now, which is good. But at the moment for us, it's much the same as you guys over there. Just nothing moving, nothing selling, nothing coming in. Just hard work at the minute. But the lawn care guys are still working, which is good, because they do come under sort of essential to a certain degree.
Not over here.
Are they not over there?
Nope.
Over here they are. I think over here the government guidelines are woolly, because it comes under construction to a certain degree, DIY construction.
Yeah.
So I think make of it what you will. At the end of the day, they're self-employed, so they've got to work, or they don't get the readies. So the only advantage
is that myself, Mick, as you know.
Yeah, definitely. So the only advantage is, Scotty boy, glasses off, please, mate. So the advantage is that because there's no other lawnmower shops open, full stop at the minute, I'm getting quite a few knock on the door to say, can you fix my stuff?
Nice.
See, I'm not getting any of that. All I'm getting is, have I got anything for sale? And that's it. I'm not getting any services or repairs or anything like that.
I've had about 5 services in this week, or repairs, but they're only silly running repairs. I mean, they're sort of 5-minute jobs and they're back out the door. But by the time you sterilise the mower and get your suit on, your mask on, and all the rest of it, all that sort of stuff, get your protection gear on. It ain't really worth doing. But do you know what? It could be a good little bonus where they remember you, because when they're in a pickle, they may come back again later on. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, Terrell, that mower you did the other week, or the other month, that foot chopper, which was that real old fashioned thing with like the half the foot plate was missing. That's what it looked like, because the blade was sticking out by about 4 inches.
right.
That's a serious. Go on.
That's how it was. That's nothing was missing. That's how it came.
Yeah, that's a serious ankle biter, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
You don't want to get nothing vital caught in that, because you're going to go to A&E. You're going to go to hospital.
What's more an ankle biting machine, mate? I'm telling you now.
Do what, Roy?
I said that's more than an ankle biting machine, mate. That's it. That machine
looked,
put you in a wheelchair.
It looked originally.
I think that's ankle chopper offer.
Well, it looked like, despite what Tel was saying, it looked like that someone had put the cover on the wrong way, because you'd think the front of it would be protected. You know what I mean? But it's not. It was as is, and like you had that much blade hanging out the front of it. And can you imagine hitting something quite solid with that?
Well, that's for bush hogging.
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely bush hogging.
Back in the 40s and 50s when they made that. That's called a fence line mower, or cutting along like fence line.
I think you could use it for hunting wild boar. To be fair.
Oh yeah.
It was a serious bit of kit, and I was quite surprised that old girl fired up as well as it did, because it jumped straight into life.
Yeah, we got lucky. A customer of ours had that on his trailer. He came here to buy parts, and I said, "What are you going to do with that thing?" And he said, "I'm going to put it on my front lawn as like an ornament." And I said, "You know what? Leave it here, and I'll get it running, and give it back to you running. I won't charge you nothing."
See, I don't think you could afford to put that on my front lawn because it'd go for a Burton. Someone would take that. That'd be gone. You know what I mean? It'd be gone. I've just got another mower coming in, which is another Suffolk Punch. For those of you that saw my last videos on the Punch, which is the real mower, the real ones. Someone's literally just texted me today and said, I've got a real mower, a Suffolk Punch Super 17 dual clutch. If you want that, come and get it. So I've got another one to go and pick up for nothing now. And that's like 1960s, 1962, somewhere there. Mark IV Briggs or Mark IV Iron Horse, I'd say. So that'd be good. I quite like working on the old ones. It sort of keeps your hand in because some of these newer mowers, they're just a bit samey, a bit repetitive, and it's nice. It's nice to get a nice Zenith carburetor in. So you got to think for a minute what you're actually doing, rather than your standard bolt on Briggs,
Right.
And also it's when it comes into your own, isn't it? When instead of buying or ordering a part in, because you ain't going to get it, you're not going to be able to order that up. So you have to use your head and sort of get the pliers out, get the hammer out, and make something to fit. You know what I mean? That's where we come into it. So what have you got on the bench that you think is kind of unique at the moment that is sort of far left wing, right out there? You got anything on the bench at the moment that you're thinking about bringing in? That's a bit oldie-woldy.
We're going to do a video on. We've got a concrete finishing tool. You know what that is? It looks like a blade's got a blade on it for finishing concrete.
Yep.
Oh, Lord. I was in the house.
Probably from the early 60s. And it's got a real odd Brick Stratton engine on it. Oh, there's Pete.
There's Pete. There he is. Look, the old boy. There he is.
Hello.
I can't hear you, Pete. Your microphone's not working, baby. Can't hear you, Pete. Your microphone's not working, sweetheart. I don't know what's up with your audio's not working, Pete. No audio, Pete.
No audio.
Can't hear anything.
It's a little choppy.
It can't be. It's only about an hour and a half for me. It can't be that choppy. Keep trying, Pete. You're cutting eventually, mate. Put some more steam behind it, babe. So what's what is that Briggs engine it's got on it then, Tara?
It's got a Briggs engine that could be mounted horizontal.
Oh, okay. So it can be mounted both ways.
It can be mounted both ways, and I got a hold of Briggs and Stratton and asked them, and they said that the manufacturer of that piece of equipment probably had Briggs specially make that for them so they could put it on their concrete finishing equipment.
No way! How cool is that?
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're gonna have
I've never seen one before.
Well, you're gonna have to sort of tidy that right up and put that on display somewhere, aren't you?
Yeah, on his roof.
We're gonna it may be a few weeks before we do one. I got a bunch of old stuff. Everybody likes this old stuff, so
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
all that old stuff is going.
Without a doubt, I think there is quite a thing for vintage mowers. I know there's lots of Facebook groups out there for vintage stuff, and I know Roy over the other side of it. Roy's done an old Petter stationary engine which he got going, which needs to come back. Roy, you haven't finished that off yet.
I'm going to start it next week, as it happens, because I've got nothing else to do.
You're very slack, Alice. That needs to come back. Get that going. But rumour has it that you guys reached your 100,000 subscribers just the other week. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, we did. Here, let me go get the.
Congrats!
Yeah, we just did a
Congratulations.
video today. We filmed regarding.
Congrats.
Thank you. Thanks for watching, you guys.
That's what it's all about. Oh my Lord! Let me blow that up. 2 seconds. Let me just have a little look at that, because that's there be the sort of thing dreams are made of. Check that out. There you go.
Very nice.
Golf
The big
clap.
old play button. Check that out. Absolutely fantastic. And there's your dinner.
Jimmy's was gonna say it.
Well, do you know what? No, that's fantastic. That one, you guys kind of accomplished 100,000 subscribers in the relatively short time you've been on YouTube, and you know your follower base is amazing. You know, you're keeping it real. You add a comedy value to it, and you're providing a service at the same time. So you're doing three things. You know, which is unbelievable. I could only dream of something like that. Maybe one day possibly that could ever happen. But on top of that, you then come to a little tiny channel like myself, come up here, sit and chew the fat for 20 minutes and have a bit of a whale of time. That just goes to prove your metal. You know, that goes to prove your worth, that you're just the same as anybody else, and you come up here just to enjoy yourselves and have a bit of fun, right?
I got one question for those guys.
Thank
though.
you. We try to have fun and make it fun for people watching.
And we get a lot of comments and from families whose little kids and stuff, you know, get together. So it kind of brings families together, and you know, we're surprised that we got a lot of little kids that are, you know, like Terrell and like watching the videos. Little boys, little girls. So
Yeah, I hear that.
you know
That's cool.
to know that.
My question to
What
you though
drinking there,
is,
Roy?
how did you feel the
Thank
first
you.
time,
Fine.
Carol?
Hang on. We got a bit of delay in here. Go ahead, Jimmy. Jimmy, you're about 3 seconds behind, mate. That's what it is, mate. That's why you're getting cut up.
All right, sorry. Carol, how did you feel the first time you saw Musty One use your coffee cup for catching gasoline?
We can't hear Jimmy.
No,
Can't hear
you didn't-
Jimmy.
Oh, I know I'm working.
Yeah, we
right?
can hear you.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yeah,
everything.
we can hear you.
You guys
You're
hearing me?
real choppy though.
Okay. Yeah.
That kind of cut.
Jimmy
all right.
C is saying, how did you feel when Mosley One was using your coffee cup for a gasoline catcher container?
Musty One.
From Musty?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For Musty.
Yeah, we know Musty. Talk to him on the phone. No, that's fine. That's part. You know, I like that when he did that. That's fine.
Yeah, I got a wicked
I'm
kick
glad
out of
he
it.
did that. You're puffing on.
We've also got Mr.
Got exhaust fumes in that device. What is that, a muffin? You're puffing.
Yes, a muffkin. Yes, a muffkin. We've also got Mr. Bruce Pinder over in Canada, another YouTube legend, does the old mower stuff and snow blowers and what have you. How you doing, Bruce?
Good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing really well, Bruce. I'm doing really well. We got some surprise visitors. I sort of knew they were coming up today. We're hoping they would, and just a bit of a surprise for everybody else to sort of enjoy the chat and have a. Say again.
Get 3 more people on here, and we'll be the Brady Bunch.
Yeah. Here's a story of a bunch of crazies.
Do you know what? I think we're all crazies right now. I think we're all crazies.
Yeah.
First
I'm
time, Terrell.
Yeah, I've lost sanity, I think.
That would be Alan in the Brady Bunch.
First time, Terrell, eh?
In the middle.
Terrell?
Yep.
Bruce Pinder is saying, is it your first time up on a live stream, Terrell?
What's that? I don't know. I couldn't hear you. You're breaking up.
Bruce Pinder is saying, is this your first time up on a live stream?
Yeah, we're virgins. So that's our first time.
Ah,
Well, I'm so glad you popped a cherry over at the Micks Mowers shack. Absolutely.
all right.
Hi, Mrs. Dean, how you doing? Does anyone have any questions they perhaps want to ask Terrell and the Grass Rats Garage gang? If they want to ask any questions whilst they're here, feel free. Don't bombard them because we're not here to as a celebrity status here just to enjoy themselves and put their feet up and chill out. So
Right.
any questions, feel free. Just let us know. I've got one more or two more down in the chat want to come on up in a
Mind
bit.
if I
I
eat?
know that
Mick, I'll back out and leave room. Make room. Thanks for
mate,
having me out.
yeah. Oh, you're
Carol?
welcome, mate. Anytime.
Carol and the gang over there. Pleasure meeting you guys. Yeah.
That audio.
Be
Nice
good.
to see you.
Congrats.
Take it easy.
Peace.
Yeah, later, Jimmy. Right, Jimmy's going, and I've got Ken from Small Engines. He was up next. Ken is there somewhere.
Where's Ken?
Are you there, Ken?
Yeah.
No.
You guys mind if I have a? You guys mind if I have a sandwich?
No, yeah, you carry on. Ken's not there. Top Con Phil wants to come up too. How you doing, Phil? Nice to see you, buddy boy.
Hi guys.
Hello.
How you doing?
You got your YouTube running,
guys.
Phil?
Yeah.
Background noise.
I popped the question on there for Taro actually.
All right, let me try and find it.
Someone's got background noise.
You got to shut. You got to shut. Let me just shut your volume off.
Yeah.
You got to turn your YouTube mic off, Phil. Give me a wave when you've done it, mate, please, because you got a bit of feedback. You done it. Okay, cool.
Well done.
Lovely, cheers, buddy boy.
Evening, gentlemen. How are you?
I'm doing very well, mate. Yeah, I'm doing very well indeed. Where's your question, Phil? I didn't see it.
Yeah, I popped a question on for Taro because I've got this Colo K141 and I'm trying to get it going. Mick, you know about this one. I checked the valve clearances and they're over about sort of 12, 15 thou, which is far too much, I guess. But I'm not sure what the original length of the valve should be, or can I just grind them down? I don't know what to do.
Yeah, there you go, Terrell. So what engine is that? That's a Cola.
Cola, yeah, K141.
A Cola K141. He wants to know: can he grind the back of the valve off on the back of a stem to get the clearance? Because the clearance is about 12 thou.
The face, Mick. The face.
The face.
The gap's too wide at the moment.
So you want to try and grind. You want to try and grind the seat down.
Yeah, because the gap is way too high.
Oh. What's the gap?
So what do you reckon, Terrell? Do you reckon you can grind the face off?
You can't hear it, I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think you can hear.
Is it a flathead?
Terrell, can you hear?
Sorry, I'm not Tyrell.
Taro, you're upside down, mate.
Yeah, everything out. It's hard to really hear. I wonder if we should go over here.
It says the audio's choppy.
Technical troubles are temporary.
I was using a mobile. Slippers is very quiet there in the background or hiding. Hey, Slippers. They won't let you say anything, will they?
Taro, can you hear us, mate?
It's hard to hear.
I think Terrell was having some audio problems, mate. Not a problem, Terrell. I mean, if well, we're the other side of the Atlantic. That's what happens.
Hello.
Anybody can give me the answer, please.
Right. Okay.
So we have a question.
Back on the Kohler,
Terrell.
back on that Kohler engine.
Go on, Bruce. Away you go, Bruce.
Okay, is it a flathead?
Something about
Yeah.
a Kohler engine.
I think that
A roller.
if the gap is 15, I think you'd be all right. Although 10 is probably most flatheads, the gap is 10,000.
Is it really? Only because I got blow by on the valves, on the inlet valve. And the motor just won't run because, I got the motor. Basically got it for
I don't know.
I'm making one good out of a bad.
Let me Google it.
Sounds like your speaker's under the English Channel there.
Is he digging a tunnel, is he?
Scotty, I'm going to drop it down
What's
for
that?
5 minutes, mate.
Yeah,
Sit tight,
fine.
Scotty.
Yeah.
So, my man down here, Top Conker, he's got a Kohler engine, and he's got a problem with is it the inlet valve, Phil?
Yeah, well, in the I got blow by on the inlet.
Yeah.
So he
but
wants
did you
to know,
try?
he's got
Right now, what kind of gap do you have? What do you have for gap?
Sorry.
What's your gap now?
Well, I stuck a 10 thou in there and it wobbles about.
It's
so
a 10 thou and
15.
you still have blow by?
Yeah, I got flow by with that. Yeah, I turn it over.
Have blow by unless the valve is damaged or the seat is damaged.
Well, I think the seats are pretty poor. I've started to grind them in. But before I go any further, I don't want to waste my time if I can replace the valves. But if by regrinding them, will I solve the problem?
Probably. I mean, I use a New Way seat cutter, clean up the seat, but I actually have a valve grinder so I can dress the valve at that 45-degree angle. But the thing is, if you have a gap, it's not the gap. It's that the valve and the seat aren't mating properly, and that's where you're getting it.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out the best way to do it. Do I carry on and grind it down by hand? Because I ain't got a seat clearer.
You got any coarse grinding?
Oh yeah, I got plenty of coarse.
I mean, you could go in with the suction cup on top and with coarse compound and just grind the hell out of it.
Thanks for having us.
So,
Maybe we'll do it
everybody, Terrell and gang are going to shoot off. So many thanks for coming in. Much appreciated, guys. Look after yourselves over there.
All the
Thanks
best,
for coming
mate.
in.
Take care.
Take care, you guys.
Stay safe.
Keep watching.
Look after yourself. Thanks for coming on in.
We'll be there.
Safe out yourselves. Here's for dinner.
See, Mick, the one day that I don't
There you go.
even come on and you get Carol, you know?
Brother, as I've said before, this is the Micks Mowers show, and you never know what's going to happen, right? I'm telling you straight because do you know why? I don't even know what's going to happen. So how no one else stands a chance, you know? I do have someone to thank for that.
That's good though.
I do have someone to thank
Phil,
for that.
can you take pictures of the seat so we can see what the seat looks like?
Yeah, I can do that. I can get some photographs. I did lapping or started lapping the inlet, cleaned it up a bit. The trouble is I don't want to put the whole thing back together again. I've got the same problem, you know? Look, I'm at the end now because I'm ready for the rebuild. I've got electronic ignition there. That's ready to go. I've got a new carb. I mean, Mick knows about this job. It's going to go onto a rotavator. It's going to worth a few bob. But until I get this blow by sorted out, the engine's never going to start.
Well, I think
it's
at
definitely
the end of the day,
Boy, if it's blow by, I'd say
I think
it's
what
rings.
you have to do. What? Yeah, I mean, it could be rings. It could be rings too. So what I would do is,
have
you had the head off of it yet, Phil?
Yeah, heads off, and I've checked the rings. There's no flow by on the rings. I put diesel in there. Nothing went by.
Yeah. And how long did you leave it with a diesel in there for?
15 minutes.
No, you want to leave it longer than that. I would put diesel in there and leave it for about 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because you'll be surprised if you're getting anything let by. You'll be surprised. Go again, Ken. What's up, buddy?
No, you said blow by. Now, blow by is generally coming out the crankcase because of worn rings.
No,
if you have a worn exhaust.
Sorry, Ken. This is coming out of the inlet port.
All right, it's coming out of where the carburetor is.
Yeah.
So you've got a bad intake, either valve or seat. Yeah. So it's not blow by; it's a bad valve or seat. So, like I said,
I didn't know what to call it.
Very coarse grinding compound.
Yeah,
you have a gap in there. By having a gap, that means the valve itself is seated somehow because you have a gap.
Yeah,
but it's just because the seat could have dislodged. It could be a number of things. Usually intake valves don't burn. Exhaust valves do, but there may be a piece of carbon underneath there. There may be something, but I've seen people just with valves, if they don't have a lathe or a grinder, you put it in a drill, okay, and then you take a piece of emery on a board and you just dress it like that. You know what I mean? The 45-degree angle.
Yeah,
it's like a poor man's lathe. You know what I mean?
I can certainly stick it in the lathe. I got a lathe.
Okay. All right. Yeah, if you dress the edge on it, but then the seat's the key because in those Kohlers, they recommend the 3-angle valve job, the 30, 31, 45, and 6 little big valve, right, okay? But look on your valve with the lapping on, where is it even coming up on the valve land on the side? Is it in the center? Is it anywhere?
The
I
shininess.
think I need to get some pictures. I'll post them.
Okay. No, like I said I got a lot of experience
I've
with
got the
polars. I got
valves
about
out.
30 of them here.
I can take a picture. It's not a problem.
The valve gap
Okay.
is not as important as the seal of the valve on the edge of the
Yeah.
seat.
But
Right.
but
Yeah,
Bruce, since he has a
you
gap,
might be a
that
bit
really
noisy,
has to
that's
be
all,
improved
isn't it, eh?
by hitting something. Yeah.
You're right, Bruce. I mean, you can get away with 2 or 3 foul on a gap. If a seat is not doing anything, not doing what it should be doing, then you're wasting your time. Full stop. So dress the faces, and then go again. You may have to go back. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, bit of that or a bow string. Dress the faces, and then you may have, before you actually go to test it, you may have to just take a bit off the back. To allow for what you've undressed. So just double check both ends.
How
and
do you
then
use
as long
that
as you're
bowstring, Mick?
all you do is you just get a piece of batten or bamboo, string either side, quite slack, and then literally you just put a loop in it and put the dresser through it, and you just run the bow backwards and forwards.
It's got to be better than the old double hand job, yeah?
Well, I don't know about if it's better than a Bruce. You pack it up. It's never better than a double hand job. I would take a double hand job any day of the week.
I knew as soon as I said it.
But the advantage is what I find when dressing the faces by using the bow technique, you're getting a much more even running edge rather than just using it with your hands, because you're only generally getting about half a turn on the valve. If you use a bow technique, you're getting a complete revolution of the valve to grind it. That's how I do it.
I got an old valve lapping tool.
Okay, I'll tell you what I might do.
I'll take the cup that comes with the tool, and I'll put like a drill bit or something in it, stick it in my cordless, and I'll actually go back and forth with the cordless, applying pressure to get a nice spin action, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like all the techniques that are coming forward, they're all pretty much the same, and a lot of it comes down to access and sort of where you are and how much treatment the faces need. If they don't need a lot, and you're talking, you've got a 10 foul feeler gauge, which is a bit sloppy.
Yeah,
it doesn't sound like it wants a great deal off. So maybe putting it in the lathe is going to be too much. I would just start with a bit of grinding pace and just try and reface them that way initially.
I think I'll take a couple of photographs and I'll stick them on. If you give me 10 minutes, I'll stick it up here.
Yeah. Do you know what? I got all night for you, Phil. It's not like you don't normally email me, is it? You email me twice a week.
That's what you said last night.
Have you had the valve?
Hey, I'm out of here for 5 minutes.
Yeah, okay, no worries. Yeah, drop down. I've got someone else there, no worries.
Mick, do you know what? As soon as you started talking about double hands, you had someone come in called Willie CK. Isn't it weird?
Yeah, Willie comes in. Yeah, Willie would do. Mick, I saw the video you done.
And Mrs. Pate is blushing.
She will be. In fact, I'm surprised Jason Pate is not blushing. Mick, I saw the video on your SV1 carb cleaner. How'd it go, Tim? Did it help you out, mate? I hope it did. I've got Stuart in the house down below. Stuart, are you there, buddy boy? Can you hear me? Are you there, Stu? I can't see your face, mate. You're very blurred.
Did you see that comment Nicky Walsh put? He said, a cordless drill with a short piece of fuel hose over the valve stem works.
Yes.
Yeah, but the problem is the valve is inside a chamber. It's not like an overhead valve where it's sticking up and you can access it. Yeah, it's inside a valve chamber. So how you do it?
What you want is like what Bruce is on about is like the suction cup idea. We put the suction cup on it and you give it that. But what I use is the suction cup, Bruce. And instead of giving that double hand job, I get a bow, Bruce, will you pack it up? I get a bamboo pole and a bit of string, and I put a loop in it, and I just run it backwards and forwards like so, and just hold the back of the palm on. It's the same thing. It just gets a better revolution.
Starting a fire.
There you go.
Exactly
Boy Scout.
How you doing, Stuart? You there, mate? Can you hear me? I can't hear you, buddy boy. Your audio's not working, mate.
Too much light behind you.
I can't hear you, mate. You got no audio, Stu. I can't hear you.
Audio.
No audio, buddy.
Microphone.
I don't know. I don't know what it is you're using. Drop it. I'll kick you out of the basement, Stu. And I'll touch the link and come back in, mate. It might be because you've been sat down for a little while. So I'll kick you out of the basement, mate, and then come back in.
It seems to be that left-hand bottom corner, doesn't it?
Yeah. Let me
Because
put the
Pete
link
had
down.
trouble there and all.
What we got there? Tim Palmer says, yes, it did help, Mick. Not done it yet, but we'll do it tomorrow. Fantastic. That's good. That's good. So how are you doing, Brucey boy? Nice to see you, my old buddy. How are you doing?
Well, today is the first day after our 14-day mandatory isolation.
Uh-huh.
So now we're voluntary isolating now, just like everybody else on the planet, I'm sure.
So did you celebrate by staying indoors?
Exactly. Trudy just walked over to the drugstore to pick up a couple of items.
Yeah.
First day, and she wore a mask and she did everything right, so that's good.
Well,
And,
I mean, but that's all we can do. I don't know whether you heard, but Mrs. P, my Mrs. P, she went to work last night, and she's currently still on her ward. They're just getting through the last lot of people who have had knee operations and hip replacements. And one of the women started coughing and presented a temperature. Mrs. P never had any of the safety gear on because we don't issue it unless it is suspected. So when she come home, she's obviously not in a very good mood. And we sat up to about 10:30 last night waiting for the test results from these two ladies to come back. They had to be tested. And in the time they were being tested, the PPE was being issued to all the nurses on her ward. So they all had the stuff on. Yeah. Obviously, Mrs. P never had any of it because it wasn't suspected at the time. But at 10:30, 11:15 last night, both tests come back as negative. So that was a bit of an empty in the pants moment. But it's what it is. She's my little Florence Nightingale, is my wife, and she's over there doing what she can do, trying to help out and trying to look after people that are not very well. And it's only ever going to get worse, much the same as what it is over where you are, Bruce, and where you are, Ken. It's only ever going to get worse.
I've really enjoyed that Governor Cuomo in New York. I've enjoyed his shows once a day where he comes on and he says that you guys are going to hit New York's going to hit their tip of the peak in about a week, eh?
I can't see it.
Yeah, we'll see.
I can't see it. I mean, from what I'm hearing, President Trump is all over it, and he reckons it'll be gone by Easter. I think that man wants to wake up. But that's what it is. We've got a question here.
Politics.
Question. What is your favourite Honda mower? Mine has got to be the Honda HRX 476 with rotor clutch brake, vari drive, and metal built-in roller. That's my favourite. Definitely the HRX 476.
Very specific.
Well, I am a very specific person. What about yours, Bruce? What's your favourite Honda lawnmower?
The 160.
The 160. So that is
that's
the aluminium
engine.
That's the engine. Well, MTD makes one. Honda makes one. Yeah. So my personal 160 is on an MTD.
Okay. What about yours, Ken?
Well, like you said, the GCV 160 is like the quantum of Hondas now. I mean, everything has it. Parts are available, Chinese, not American, whatever, and you can't kill them, and they run on like zero oil. So, the GCV 160 is really, the ultimate engine over here.
Uh-huh. And what about you, Roy Boy?
Well, I have to say I haven't really worked on a lot of Honda motors. So the only ones I've worked on is the GB100s and the Honda Izzies.
Right.
Yeah, well,
it says something though. You haven't worked too many. That means they're
the easiest one I have to say has got to be the Honda Izzy.
Well, I've got two Honda Izzies in at the moment, or two Honda Izzy engines. I did a video yesterday. I finally got around to doing a deck swap on that Honda Izzy, finally. And because I bought a clapped out old Honda Izzy, which I think is the 130 or 140 engine on it, I think, off the top of my head. Because I bought it with a clapped out deck and I only needed the axles and the flap and stuff in the grass box, I then had a spare a spare engine, which I had a nice big 21-inch cut mount filled in the trash pile. So I dragged that out the brambles this morning and fitted that to it, and it runs like an absolute champ. So well happy. What was that about? I'm so sorry, Lucky. What did I miss there? What's gone on in the old chat? Lucky.
Well,
hi,
Lucky's
Tim.
family members, I guess, must be positive.
Yeah, he's got two family members.
Two family members found out this morning on my live stream. Okay. Oh, my thoughts go with it, Lucky. Hopefully they'll be okay. This is going to be ongoing. My favourite Honda lawnmower is the one that I need to use. Yeah, it goes without saying. And a Honda. Hondas are fine all the time they're running, right? It's when they don't want to run, they can be a little bit of a pickle. Nicky's small engine.
Right.
Go on, Bruce. No, go on, Bruce. Go on.
Well, it looks to me in the UK that your Honda engines are just a little smaller than ours. Like our 60,
Yes.
Our 160 is our just go to it. They all have a 160 on them, but in the UK, I think you have like 120s and 100s and stuff.
Yeah.
Is that true? Yeah. And
we
do you have
big ones too.
Do you have that crazy wax choke that we have on most 160 lawnmowers here?
No, I think that's just an American and Canadian thing. That you guys just mess that up. But we don't tend to get involved in any of that. I've got one over there. Actually, it's got one, which actually I think is actually come off a Toro originally. I think
That sounds about right. Yeah.
That's the only one I've ever seen with a stupid choke on it. That by the time you engage it and run around the other side, the choke's already off.
Right.
So yeah, I'm not in for them. You can change them anyway to do it manually with a conversion kit, which works quite well. Nicky's small engines, so Nick's small engines, so not Nicky. Mine is the GV 160 as well. He likes a 160. It's just a pain to work on because they're the overhead cams. Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, they can be tricky.
Hey, Mick.
Go on, Ken.
One more thing about the 160
Got
too
photographs of these valves.
Hang on, Phil. Let Ken do his bit, mate.
Sorry.
Honda made the air filter on the 160 identical to the Quantum, so you could swap them out. So you could buy the cheaper, Briggs filters or Quantum filters, and it works just as well on the Honda.
Yeah,
you're right.
Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, how do I share these photographs with you, Nick?
So you go down the bottom. It says share screen.
Got it.
Yeah. When you hit that button, you'll get a box come up in the center. It should do. I do.
Browser block the screen.
Oh. Email them to me, mate. That might be easier.
Yeah.
Email them to me.
On the way, dear mate. On the way.
Yeah. Honda Izzy's is just the deck name. Yeah, it is. Yeah, all Honda engines are the same. Only Honda engines that are different are the Honda HRH and 536. No, they're not. They're not all the same. They are different. Especially you go down to the GVs or GX 100s. They're different because they're split sideways on them.
On an angle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird, eh?
Yeah, and the valves are actually on the side, not actually on the front on those.
Is that like a power washer, that type of thing?
No. Again, I've got one just here, Bruce. There's one over there. There's one. The little red boy in the corner there sulking because it won't behave itself.
Is that a laser, Mick?
Yeah, it's a laser. I've got two of them. That's the one. If you saw my video the other week, Roy, I got two of them in. Yeah. One's got a rusted deck, and one's got a rusted deck but a good engine. And the other one's got a good deck, but a blown engine. So I'm up to do a.
You had a
spring.
It was a bent tank, Mike.
That's the one I had trouble with the spring.
I've got a present.
Did you clean up your shop?
Shut up, Bruce. Yes, I did.
This is a running thing now.
Did I clean up my toolbox? Is going to be the next question.
Cigarettes.
Check me out.
Well, I washed my pesos in my ultrasonic cleaner.
Very nice.
Shiny.
Briggs and Stratton. You got me sitting up when I saw that.
It's a cigarette.
Toilet roll tube. Check me out.
Oh, great.
Wow.
There you go. So I've been after. I've got a lawnmower down here, which has got a really, really severely bent crank.
Oh yeah.
And do you know what I thought? For what it cost me, I got them in as a job lot. I think I got 4 mowers for like 40 quid or 30 quid, about £5 each, give or take. I fired it up and it ran lovely, but it rattled my fillings loose. Well, it did, and for what it cost, how much do you think it is for a 2014 crank for a 6.25 overhead valve, 6.25E? How much is that crank?
85
Brand spanking new Briggs original.
90 quid.
How much?
90 quid.
How much, Ken?
95.
How much? How much?
I'd say
One at a time. One at a time. Bruce, how much, Bruce?
I don't think it's that much. I think it's probably around 60 US.
60 US is about, let's say, about 45 nicker. Yeah.
Yeah. Nicker.
Okay. How much? Roy?
I'm going to say about £72.
£72. How about you, Phil?
85 quid.
85 quid. Who else we got? Scotty?
Probably about the same as what Phil said, I would say.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you're wrong. £38.
Oh,
wow. Good deal.
Yeah, that's what I thought. When I rang him up just to inquire, before he said, "Are you sitting down?" I thought, "Oh, here we go."
It's going to be
it's an eBay deal.
I know. It says only 38 quid. I said, I have that because do you know what? A bent crank, the engine's good. It runs. It does everything it should do. A 21-inch cut, 2014, and for 38 quid, a brand spanking new crank. Oh, I've got to buy some seals for it and bits and pieces. But £38 off the profit margin, that's going to sell for 200 notes. Easy.
yeah. Take a chance.
Yeah, it's well worth it. So yeah,
Just send the pics in, Mick. By the way,
you sent the picture to. Let me find my emails up and watch you.
See what these guys think.
All right, let me find it. Bear with me, sweetheart.
I just popped the inlet valve I played with. I haven't touched the exhaust valve.
Right.
Just firing up my old emails. Bear with me, old fruit.
Now, what size is the motor?
A 6.5 horsepower, is it?
Yeah.
It's a K141.
Yeah. It's
a pretty little motor. I mean, I've even popped the electronic ignition on there and stuff. But it's
what's that? Is that a crack?
Pardon?
Is that a crack in there, Phil?
Where, mate?
Hang on. I just thought I saw a crack in it. Hang on.
The 141 stands for 14 cubic inch single cylinder.
Right, let me have a look. Right, let me come back to where you guys are. There's you guys. Pardon me. Right, share screen. Where's my share screen down there? Share screen. Click that. If it works, it doesn't always work.
It might be my photography, mine.
No, it's not that. Yeah, guys, it's working now. It's working. It is a little bit. It is a little bit delayed. Right, where are we? Emails. No, photographs.
Basement.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Let me try and.
Is that a crack?
Over there.
Like
That's what I thought. I don't think it is a crack. Let me just zoom in.
No.
There's just a casting party line.
It looks pretty good to me.
Like a casting line.
It looks good.
I've only done about 5 minutes work on that, and I stopped.
To be fair, that don't look too bad.
Mm.
There's nothing else there. That I thought that was a crack at first, but before I zoomed it in, but it's not.
Yeah, there's a picture of the valves as well there, Mick.
I'm just inspecting that face on it. But
yeah,
it looks pretty good.
I've only done about 5 minutes with it on course.
And what did you do that face with the valve?
With the valve with a coarse paste, yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool, yeah, okay, righto.
That looks good.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's have a look at the valve.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Next one, Bruce.
Well, Lord grant us patience, but hurry.
He probably needs to take some off at the bottom end, wouldn't he?
Yes, that's the inlet.
But how deep is that? If it's ground in really deep, it'll start leaking.
Yeah.
That's why I said if you dress that valve on your lathe. Just dress that 45 and then relap it. It'll probably seal up pretty good.
Well, take that edge off that Mick's pointing to.
Yeah.
And it might decrease your valve gap too if you've got too much valve gap.
It will, but if it's 10 now, you could just, with the valve off, just cut a few off the stem. No big deal.
Well,
I think Phil, you got to take a little bit out of here, buddy.
Right.
I think your face is good, but there's too much here, and that might be why it's doing what it's doing, babe.
I'll take.
It looks like it's digging in the side of the valve.
That's the exhaust.
That's the exhaust.
Beforehand, was it?
No, that's the exhaust. I've not touched that one yet.
Yeah, I'll say so.
Yeah, that needs to be dressed, definitely.
Yeah.
I haven't touched that one.
Got a big hole there.
So what is your valve?
Put it in a lathe, get a 90-degree with the cookie wheel on it, and just dress it around a 45. That's all. Same thing with that. Just dress it with a cookie wheel when you're on your lathe, and clean it up to about a 45. That's it.
That corner there, that the corner.
Yes. Yeah. Well, effectively, what you're doing is you're dressing it to 45. Effectively, so you're getting rid of this lip.
Yeah.
You dress it to 45. That should go in okay.
I can just take a tad bit off on the lathe, and that should sort it.
Yeah, I'd say so, babe. Yeah, that looks good, though. That looks good.
Yeah, relap it. Yep.
Yeah, that looks good. You might have to once you've done the valve, Phil, you might have to come back. You might have to come back to this and do this again to suit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It looks like, Phil, that's not a hardened valve.
Sorry, I missed that.
Say again, Ken.
Usually, the hardened valve will have an S stamped in the face of the valve, meaning stellite for hardened. Yeah. And if that one, since you have a lot of wear around it, it doesn't look like a hardened valve. It looks like the seat was a lot harder, and that's why it pounded into the valve face.
Yeah.
Okay. I've not even dressed.
I would dress that valve and relap.
I'll clean it up because I'm not even taking the top edge, the top of the valve cleaned. I'm not even bothering with that. Yeah. I'm trying to save myself a lot of work here, but I think stick it on the lathe and just take a tad off, get rid of that edge.
Yep. Even a file, just as long as you keep that same roughly 45, 46 degree angle. That's
that's fair enough. Yeah, that's even easier, isn't it?
Yeah.
As long as it cuts.
I'll let you know how that goes.
It's all about doing little but often. You know, you do a little bit and check, and do a little bit more, then check. You know, and keep going. But you can always take it off. You can't put it back on.
Yeah.
So you know, just a little. I tell you,
I got a tip though for you though, Phil. To check your valve guides, put oil on the valve, put it down with your fingers, stick it in the valve chamber, and pull the valve up. If you hear a pop, that means the clearance is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no movement. There's no movement there, but that's a good idea actually with the oil. But I have checked there's no rattling around.
That's the tip we used to do. Yeah. Kohler used to recommend that. Oil up the stem, put your finger underneath the guide, pull it out.
Yeah, good shout. Thanks for that.
So Brandon from BS Small Engines is saying K161 and K414 intake 6 valve 8-4 exhaust or 100 foul 19 foul.
Yeah, I go 818. That's what I do. 818.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, you missed it.
You want a little more in the exhaust.
Sorry.
It's down there, Phil. It's down there, Phil. It's down there in the comment.
Mick.
Yeah, okay. Well,
yes, Roy.
Got it. Okay.
Yes, Roy.
Right, I'm going to drop down, Mick. I'm going to go back into the front room, and I'm going to let someone else come up now.
All right, baby. I've got Stuart down there. He's been waiting like a patient saint. So no worries, mate. I'll see you later on, Roy.
Cheers, everyone.
See you, Roy.
Cheers, matey. Take it easy.
Right. Nice talking to you, bud.
Bye, Roy.
Bye. There's Roy. Oh, there's Stuart moved. There's Stu. Hey there, Stu.
Whoa.
Stuart, are you there? You froze. As I brought you up, you froze.
Uh-oh. I see Ian put out a new video about 10 minutes ago.
Written it down. Thanks, Nick.
You're welcome, mate. We're all here to help each other. That's what it's all about.
I swear to God, you could rebuild a flathead engine with a 10,000 gauge feeler.
Yeah, I'll hear that. So what do you think? What do you think about my old smoker then, Bruce? Was you impressed with that smoke come out of that engine?
Yeah. Now you know what the reason why that plug might have been so fouled. I think is because was the air filter really plugged on that, and it was sucking oil up from the crankcase.
No, not particularly.
Oh, okay. So you still might have ring trouble then, eh?
I checked the rings on it.
Okay.
I checked the head gasket on it. They're all good.
Okay.
But it certainly.
Hey.
It was not a well puppy.
No.
I was just surprised. They only hold 500 ml of oil anyway, but it just kept throwing up every time I did something. It just threw its guts up.
It just puked oil everywhere, didn't it?
I've never had an engine like it. I thought this one's
Oh,
done.
I have.
But
maybe it was just, he had so much oil in that. You know what? The oil was just.
Jump in the bath.
The oil must have just been squished from everywhere out into the engine. Valve guides, carburetor. Must have had. It was overfilled, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's overfilled, but I think the muffler was filled up. I think they crammed some in the flywheel, maybe some in the pull cord assembly. But it had oil everywhere. It just wasn't.
Like it was stored on its side. It almost looked like it was stored on its side.
I think it was probably stored on its side inside a barrel of oil, is what I'm thinking.
Or was it just stored upside down?
Yeah, but you know what? I ran it. I ran it several times. I ran it several times that day, and it was still smoking to a degree. And then after about 3 hours of testing it, it stopped. But obviously, what I was considering, because the head might be a possible head gasket, when they get warm, they tend not to play up quite so much. So I did an oil change and left it overnight in the old sulking shed, and went out the next day and I pulled the cord and it fired for first pull, and it hasn't smoked since.
Good.
But it is quite an old girl. We'll do something on a turn. Just run it. It will burn it all off and sort itself out. Well, it's got two choices, Gary. It'll either run itself out or it'll blow itself up. And I've had engines do both.
just sell it to somebody who needs it cheap.
Yeah, no, exactly that. Yeah, cheap jobby. I've got loads of those, but at the moment, nothing is really moving because of the old 19. So it's what it is. You know, unfortunately, we're in it to win it, and no one's sort of spending it, because also we're in the same boat as everybody else. Is that most unemployed people at the moment are having to wait for some pennies to come through from the old government. So
yeah. I had a guy come round yesterday morning, a friend of mine. He said, "Can you help me out with my mower? It starts first pull, but it dies straight away."
Oh.
So he brought it round, and it was fairly straightforward. You know, it was mucking the main jet, cleaned it all up, put it on there, and away it went. He said, "How much you want?" I said, "$10." I think I might have undersold myself.
Yeah,
you did a good thing.
It cost you £20 just for me to unlock the gate.
I think I'm a bit cheap.
Is that normal rate or with extra?
That's what it is. I mean, no, I charge a standard inspection fee, which is 20 quid.
Right, I think I've undersold myself.
Yeah, definitely. And don't forget you're supplying a service. So I had a fella come into my shop just the other day. He was a lawn care guy, and he got hold of me via Facebook or something, and he said, I'm trying to cut lawns for the elderly and vulnerable, blah 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 blah, and my lawnmower's packed up, and I'm a professional lawn care guy. Can you help me out? So yeah, bring it on round. Well, he turned up with a McAllister 3.5 Classic engine, and I said, "You're commercial?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, what are you doing with that?" What are you doing with that?
Residential mower.
Yeah, and you could tell. I pulled the cord, and it just said, "As you pulled the cord, the engine just went, I'm tired. You know.
He's like, no more.
So anyway, I give it a gasket change, and I give it. It had something else. It wasn't quite running as true as it should do. I speeded it up a touch. I slowed it down. It was running too fast. That was it. It was running way too fast. So I slowed it down a smidge, And I rang him back in sort of half hour. So right, it's all done, mate. Come and get it. And I give him the bill, and he was well happy with the bill for what it was. Don't forget, it's £20 inspection fee plus parts and whatever. So he was quite happy. Anyway, he rang me back the next morning and said that mower. He said it runs. He said, but as soon as you hit the grass with it just cuts out. So I said, okay, take the air filter off and just speed it up a touch. Well, he did it over the phone, and it was revving its chuffing head off. I said, mate, it's too fast. It's going to blow the engine up. He said, oh, that'd be fine. So, well, you've been told. So off he went and to cut his commercial lawns with his £100 lawnmower. I'll be getting a phone call in a day or two. It would have blown it up. So it's what it is. There's nothing you can do.
Say that. It'd be phone it again. Like, it's dead.
Nick Small Engines. He says, what do you guys think of the Briggs and Stratton 500E engines? You can keep them. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, exactly that. Oh, here. Oh, who's this down here? We've got a young gentleman. Can't quite. He must have LED lighting on his face because his face is glowing.
That's
all
me.
praise. All praise. Stand by your beds. The sergeant is in the house. There he is, Mr. Retro Respawn.
Hey.
How you doing, buddy?
It's bright, isn't it? I didn't realise.
We got 2 stars today. Terrell and Martin, 2 stars.
Yeah. I tell you, and I mean, you're all stars.
Hey, mate, I can't cope with that. I need to go and have a bath.
All right, mate, and don't forget to wash under your armpits.
Oh no, that's too much information. Catch you guys later.
No, mate, take it easy. So, Nicky, for me, the whole entire line of the E engine, whether it be the 500E, the 450, the 625, whatever, you can just keep it, mate. I'm not interested in any of the new Briggs engines at the moment. The overhead valve ones that they're gone the haters, and what have you, I'm happy with. They're not a bad engine for what they are. I don't think they warrant the price they charge for them. But the E engine, not for me. No, thank you. You can keep them.
Mick, isn't that the one they say don't change the oil?
That's the one that don't.
Yeah, come on. Even they don't like their own engine.
They don't say don't change your oil. They just say this engine does not require you to change it. All you have to do is add it. Well, I disagree with that. But there you go. That's what it is. So how are you doing, Mr. Martin Butler? Nice to talk to you today this morning for a little bit of a natter.
Yeah.
And how are you doing, mate?
I'm all right. I'm just logging into my camera software to try and get rid of that brightness.
I tell you, it looks like you're that white. It looks like you've been indoors for 3 weeks.
Sunny today, but I've been working out on the Triumph for Claim. I've been underneath that, getting the fuel tank out of it.
Good lad. How did that go? All right.
Well, I've just been editing the video. That's why I've not been in the chat. I was in the chat earlier on, obviously, as you saw, but just literally editing the video. So I've been doing that, but I've now just finished it. That'll be uploaded tonight. So that's something to watch later on in bed.
I see your gorgeous wife is there. Hi, Shaz. How you doing, honey?
Hello.
How you doing, baby? Nice to see you. Here she is. I've got your boy in the chat here as well. Martin, your boy's in here.
Oh, is he there? I've seen him today, actually. First time I've seen him for a while.
I've been busy today.
You've been busy, Shaz. What you been doing? You've been making masks. Let's have a little look at them. What you been doing? Oh yeah, well done, you. Yeah, cool. Is that a mask or is that a thong for Martin?
Well, yeah, there you go. Bit about
Unbelievable.
What
a filthy stream this is.
Well, it's what it is. I can't odds it. I just sort of turn it on and just see what happens. Hello, Raphael. Look at yourself, buddy boy. Thanks for coming on in. So your boy turned up, but that was nice to see him though, Martin. You're not seeing him for a while, have you?
We popped round to see him. So I told you this morning he's bought one of those wire stripping, not winding ones, electric one. You plug it in, strip copper wire and all that. So, and his excuse for not, I said, do a video, get a video out on it, because he's sitting there doing nothing, obviously self-isolating, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I've taken a load of cable around for him. So whether or not he'll do a video, I'm not too sure.
Well, I don't know if he'll do a video on it, because I don't know about you, but Gary tends to have hard enough time trying to stay on his own 2 feet. He spends half the time on the video trying not to fall over.
Yeah, unbelievable. Can't believe it.
Really? Poor old Gary.
So he takes after his father.
Well, we all have a problem, right? I spill gas.
Yeah. Anyway, I had a bit of a touch today on this morning. I'll show you.
It's still very bright. Shall I just turn that light off for a minute? That one. See if that goes down better. It's very bright, isn't it?
So
Oh, hello.
I had this come in yesterday or day before.
Oh,
Some bloke bought it in, right? And he said to me, "Hang on, Danny." He said to me, "It's only a Titan. It's nothing impressive."
Oh, I got one of them.
Yeah, not like this one. You haven't. This one doesn't work. He said to me, he said it's all working fine. He said it's all working fine. But I took it to a shop, and they changed one of the fuel pipes on it.
Right.
Any idea how much the shop charged him to change one fuel pipe? And this is the inlet pipe, not the return. So we're talking 8 inches of pipe maximum.
45 quid.
Bang on, nearly 45 quid to just to have one fuel hose changed and no fuel filter on it.
Well, no, here they charge you 45 minutes just to say hello.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, he had that done, and then he took it back. He says it's still not running right. He said it's boggy and it don't like starting and always hold caper. So he turned it around mine. He bought 2 head units around, bought this one and a flower beast. The flower beast I fixed on the spot. That was an easy fix. And he said, "This one." He said, "Can you have a go at this one?" He said, "I said, well, to be fair, mate." I said, "You've already had £40 thrown at it, and apparently the bloke tuned the carburetors." And I said, "Are you sure he tuned them?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Because these ones are these are ones with those hidden jets in them. The ones you need them special tools, not the normal tuners.
Yeah,
they're the special tuners." Because the fast running jet is down in the side of the carburetor and the slow's in the top. And I've yet to see someone tune one of them properly. Anyway, I haven't done it. So he come to me and I said, "Well, for what it's worth, it's a 2010 model. What do you want me to do with it?" He said, "Well, just get it running." So okay, so we've got 2 options. I can either clean the carb out or I just bung a new carb on it. But the carburetor will probably come from Wuhan, and will probably take the best part of about 4 weeks to get here. And what have you. So anyway, I was talking to Pete today whilst I was doing this one, and literally I just put a bit of WD-40 on the old diaphragm. It's a little bit stiff. Clean the carburetor up, and you watch it not start now. Hang on, bear with.
Yeah, we did just say
The 3 pulls is good.
I tell you.
Had it been standing for a while?
Well, the fuel in it was actually worse than a urine sample.
Yeah, it's been standing, isn't it?
And the fuel line that the bloke had repaired it. He put a new fuel line on just the other week. I'm assuming that they're now charging £45 to use second-hand fuel lines.
Wow.
Because the fuel line wasn't even new.
It's not a filter, right?
Well, I've got a feeling it's not the first time he's been round here. He's been round here about 3 times with different bits of kit. I've got a feeling he's a car booter, and he sorry, Stuart, he goes to a car boot sale, I think, and then he brings stuff around here and gets me to fix it, and then he just bangs them back out. I think that's what he's doing. Because he said he got a lawnmower, which is a Sovereign, which started last year. That's the one I put a video out just the other day. There's no way on earth that was running last year with a carburetor cleaner I had to do on it. So there you go. What haven't you like then, Mike? Now it's gone dark. Now it's like you're in some kind of scary movie.
I've got one of these. You can change the colours on them.
Oh, you're set.
I'm trying to set the scene here. I'm trying to make it romantic.
Set the mood. Oh yeah, red light district.
I don't want to put a red one.
Got a tan off that.
Yeah. How you doing, Stu? You okay, mate? Stu?
Hi guys, it's a pleasure to meet you all. Can you hear me?
Just about here, mate. Yeah, just about.
Mick, can you hear me?
Frozen.
Yeah, I can hear you, mate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a terrible internet connection here.
I can see that.
the family's using the bloody internet as well as the rest of the world as well. You know.
Yeah.
Can
So are you okay then? What have you been up to, buddy?
There's some noise coming there.
Can you hear me, Stu? Are you okay?
Sorry, mate.
Are you okay, mate? Your internet is shocking, mate. No,
frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey, Mick,
I mean,
did you hear the other night when I was blasting out Matt and Mrs. P for talking too much and not on topic? Did you see that?
Yeah. Didn't you have some fun?
I started doing that. I would turn on the elevator music, and I'd say, "Please stand by."
Yeah, that was
look at Martin. Look, Martin's getting right into it.
What I'm trying to do is come up with a screen that says, "Please stand by," off topic, and then I'll play the elevator music.
Oh, hang on. Stuart's got two devices going here. Hang on. Stuart's got what's going on here? Stuart, I'm going to kick you out of that one there, Stuart. Kick you from that studio. Yeah, Stuart gone from there, and he's trying to come back on another platform. So you've been on the Triumph Acclaim today, then, Martin. That was cool.
Yeah.
Get that one done.
Can you say that's elevator music? That's the music.
If you go on YouTube and just type in elevator music.
No, that's the music I use in my videos.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
I just typed in elevator music, and that's what came up.
Yeah. Type in retro restore music as well. The same stuff comes up.
Yeah.
Is it? No infringement lawsuit, Martin. Come on.
In the end, Martin, I didn't get round to that crankcase one. In the end, I went for an engine swap instead today.
Yeah, I didn't actually start till late. When was it we were speaking? About 12:30, something like that?
12:30, yeah, about lunchtime, yeah.
Yeah, well, I went out to start, and then we had to go out in the car somewhere. We had to go around my brother's house and pick up something. So I didn't get started till 3:00 this afternoon.
Hey,
but I've got a video up anyway.
Hello, Martin. Hello, Scotty. Hello, Bruce. Hello, Ken. Hello, Mick.
That's what it's all about. As long as we can get something up in air. That's the main thing. I've got about I'd say about 11 videos sort of done, edited in certain areas. So I've got about 11 videos sort of where they need to be. But I think the fear is very real. In the next 2 or 3 weeks, I'm actually going to be out of content.
Me too.
Are you the same, Bruce? Are you?
Yeah. I've got. I'm going to do the valves on the little green tractor because it's been backfiring out the exhaust, and I got a hunch it's the exhaust valve's not closing quite far enough. It's an overhead valve.
Didn't you have some issues with that last year trying to start it? Not issues,
Yeah.
but it was a bit slow to start last year.
Those 17 horsepower single cylinders are hard to start.
Yeah.
Kawasaki, right?
Yeah. my
twin, gas.
Yeah. My twin, the 17 horse twin, which is 10 years newer, liquid cool, that thing just goes boom, fires up. But this one has always been hard to start. I've had it for 8 years and it's just been. So I'm gonna give that a valve adjustment just to see.
Well, hopefully you'll get it sorted out. I know you had problems with it last year.
Yeah, Joey.
You tried firing it up last year. I know you had it.
I also do. There's also 3 other little green tractors that come and go. I do for friends, so that might be confusing. Might be confusing people too. So.
Saying that old snowblower you had, that little electric start cookie, that was all right, wasn't it? That fired straight up.
Yeah, both of them. Even the old green one did.
Yeah, and I see you got a little bit of snow because I see you was out with your steel leaf blower blowing off your paths the other day.
Yeah, and that's snow. It's a foot deep still here, and I can walk right on top of it. It must have had freezing rain or something. It won't melt. It's just out there driving me nuts.
Bruce, you shouldn't be going outside playing.
I know. I can go outside as long as I don't leave the property.
Hello, drop me right out. What happened there? Do we ever change around?
Rearranged then.
Sparky, you shaved. You look like you shaved.
Who's that?
Here we go. Kieran's got a question. Who wants to grab that question there? There's a question for somebody. Mick, I have a lawnmower that has got a really good spark. It's got clean fuel in it. getting to the spark plug just fine seems to be dead. All I've seen him doing is pulling and pulling. So there you go. About you, Martin, what do you think of that one?
I'm just trying to find the question. Hold on.
It's on the screen in front of you, babe.
Yeah, I'm just opening up a new window. Well, if it's got spark and it's got fuel, is it firing at the right time?
Right. Compression and fire.
Is it working out overhand? Yeah.
Well,
he probably hasn't got a compression test, I wouldn't have thought. But I mean, he can't put his thumb over the plug hole and get someone to pull it over to see if it's got compression. That's the only way if he ain't got the compression tool. But
just a puff of air, yeah.
What sort of engine is that, Kieran? What sort of engine are we talking about here? And don't say Mountfield. Is it a Briggs? Is it a Tecumseh, or what is it? That might give us a bit more of a clue.
Won't be
and is it yours? We don't have a lawnmower. Is it your lawnmower, or is it someone's that bought in?
Okay.
Nick says, have any of you had a code of command that's had a bad governor gear? I think it is plastic, not me. Anyone had a code of command?
I'm working on one today.
What's the gearing on it, Ken?
It's plastic.
There's your problem.
Now the thing is, if let's see, hold on, bad governor gear. Yeah, it's plastic. Yep. Yeah, because what they do is they over rev them and they blow them up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I got a question. The other person that chimed in about the non-start, which is pulling. If it's not jerk, it's good. I would squirt a little bit of oil in the spark plug hole and then put the plug back in. It'll seal the ring just temporarily, and then if it starts, now you know you got rings or a compression problem.
The problem is, though, Ken, is that a sheared keyway can present itself in lots of different forms. Because I've had keyways that are sheared or just slapped, and it will break your 3 fingers, or it runs really badly, or it just won't start, and it does present that no compression sort of, or that sort of feeling. So I think the obvious answer is not just to take the engine cup off, but it's actually to take the flywheel off and have a look at that keyway. I had one the other week. I don't know whether you guys remember, but I had one the other week, and the keyway it was a Briggs. I think
they only have to be touching on the side.
Yeah, literally, it was just touched. And then today, I had that Honda Izzy. I bet I threw that blasted key away. I bet I did. Look at this cut in this thingy. I think I threw it away. I had a keyway today, Bruce, and I'm not joking. Yeah, the keyway was darn near. It was a Half Moon Woodruff key, but the keyway was nearly cut in half, and the engine still ran sweet. Go figure.
Wow.
How's that work? I threw it away.
So how are you the family then, Martin?
Yeah, we're all right, mate. We're not too bad, Paul.
Good.
Not at all. You'll probably get them, Mick, but the thing is, trying to start them. That's where you got the problem when the keyway's sheared.
Yeah, you're right, mate. It's trying to get it to at least do something. At least if you can get it to do something, it gives you a hint on where to go, doesn't it?
Once you've got a car running, for example, you can play it back with a distributor. You can turn it past top dead center and get it firing after. It still run, but you can't start it from cold, or you try and start it from standstill. That's where you get the problems.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah,
I had a V8 in a Camaro when I was a kid, and when it was cold outside, I used to have to take the plugs out and put a little oil in each cylinder to get enough compression for it to fire.
I love that. How when I was a kid, I had a V8 Camaro. I love that.
Yeah.
It was nice. How have you have a half live, Martin? Have you have a half live? Just have a.
No. I paid money for it, and when I first bought it, it was beautiful, and 2 years later, it was totally trashed.
Oh yeah, it's not that, Bruce, but a V8 Camaro over here would probably cost you more than a mortgage for your first car just to insure it.
And don't forget, this was probably in 1973. I had that.
I don't think I was born then.
You guys probably weren't even alive then.
Well, I certainly wasn't. I think Martin might have been, but I certainly wasn't.
40. Yeah. My daughter was 40, and she was born in 79. So.
What was your first car, Martin?
I had a Rover 2-litre twin carb, I think it was. I had that when I was about 15 years old.
VW Beetle.
VW Beetle, yeah, and they're still going strong now, aren't they?
They're not as nice, are they? The newer ones.
Oh, everything
weird.
Everything new is
plastic.
Those new Minis, for example, that's not a Mini; it's a BMW, basically.
Yeah,
yeah.
And you look at it compared to every year they've been. I mean, they've been going for about 10, 12 years now, haven't they? Them new style Minis, for example, and the first ones looks like a Mini. The new ones just look like a small people carrier now. They're not nothing. They don't resemble a Mini at all. So they just
stretched out, like.
And the new bugs don't even have a rear engine.
Kieran says that engine that's struggling to start, it won't even start on carb spray. So you've got an ignition problem, mate, or a timing issue. I'd say it's not
timing or compression, one of the two.
Yeah, one of the two.
Take off the shroud that covers the where the rewind is. You don't even have to take off the flywheel if you don't have to, and you can see if that keyway has been pushed or split.
And also, if you go on to Amazonian for about 12 quid, you can pick up a cheap compression testing kit.
Oh yeah, I thought that was going to be your air tool chisel.
No, well, I love mine. Martin broke his. I love mine.
It's fixed now.
It's fixed now.
Fixed it.
I love my air chisel. It's a good bit of kit actually. And me and Martin were chatting, I think yesterday, I think it was. And I had an engine in the other week, and the flywheel was on it, and it was on it. And that air chisel, it struggled, but it got it off. A bit of prying, it took it off. And you can imagine how many hits you'd have to do to put on that to get that off. Because I ain't got a puller for them. I ain't got a puller for it. I ain't gonna buy one either. So I generally just smash it with a mallet, and but the air hammer took off with relative ease. It rattled my fillings loose, but it did all right. So yeah, check Kieran, check your compression, and then also I would, despite what Bruce said about checking the keyway with a cup, I would take the flywheel off because it's only got to be just slapped once, and it can throw it, and it may look like it's in the right area. Just have an inspect of it. It's got a little tiny crease down the side of a keyway, then out it and put a new one in, and you'll be surprised it will actually sort itself out. Grandad's Workshop said he had a Vauxhall Victor 3.3 straight 6 for his first car. Hey, Nicky Walsh is in the house. How you doing, Nicky Walsh? Nice to see you. His first car, 12-year-old Fiesta. That's a Ford Fiesta, 1995. It didn't like the wet weather. Yeah, mine didn't either. I had an A-Reg one for my first car.
Yeah.
And I bought it with 3 months MOT. Started every single time. I had a bit of problem with the carburetor, so I put a single choke Weber on there. That made it no better, but it sounded good. And when it went for MOT, it failed on over £500 worth of welding.
I tell you, if you walk by one of those with an ice cream cone in your hand, they stall.
Yeah. I've got a RM55 at the minute, Kieran. Can't get that to start. Spent a day so far, nearly replaced everything. It's what it is. Some of the engines are like that. I find with stuff like that, if you spent half a day on it, it's best just to put it in the shed and forget about it, and just let it sit there for like 4 weeks, right? Especially if it's your own, and then go back to it with a fresh brain and a new approach, and just hit it again. And sometimes you find that you just sort it. Otherwise, you can. I think I'm all right, Bruce. You can overthink stuff, can't you?
Right.
You know, and before you know it,
2 o'clock in the morning. I got it.
Yeah, exactly. That, yeah. How many times have you done that?
No.
How many times you woke up in the morning shouting, "I've got it," and your missus gives you a slap? That's what happens to me. Anyway, today I was telling Martin Mrs. P, she weren't doing very well, as I said last night. So she's getting a bit stressed out. So she said to me, "Can I order her some herbal remedy?" What was it, Martin?
Hemp oil, hemp. You said it?
Yeah, hemp juice. Yeah, it's a natural relaxant. Anyway, I bought 2,000 litres of it, and her and Nana, they both got them out of the boxes. I said, well, you got to read the instructions first. Don't just start swigging it. Read the instructions, and it said to put a couple of drops under your tongue, leave it at 40 to 60 seconds, and it will chill you out. Well, the next thing, I had Nana and Mrs. P out in the garden, smoking joints, eating Pringles with a tambourine, half naked. Absolutely spaced out, the pair of them. I don't know what was going on. I've never seen nothing like it. And Nana said, I feel really woozy.
Did you check for your vaping machine? Maybe they took that.
Maybe, but it's done the trick. I think they're both indoors, fast asleep now. But they were getting stressed out, and it's no good. So yeah, share some of that, and it children ride it. I might get something to ride it tomorrow. I might do wonders for him and all.
You never know.
Stick him in on it.
He has to be of the age of majority.
Oh no, you can get it over here for nippers. Oh yeah, you can get the CBD all over here for nippers. The only problem is you can't. It's very difficult to get it on license. Very difficult. But it's what it is.
I don't know if you guys knew this, but Canada, pot is legal from coast to coast.
My lord, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And are you partaking in that, Bruce? Is that why you're standing in the back garden on top of wet snow today?
Well, I'm like Bill Clinton. I never inhaled.
Pat A's Performance says his first car was a 1984 Jeep Cherokee with no power steering, no heat, no radio. Needed to keep a jumper box in the back seat to start it. A jumper box, okay. Yeah, that sounds like you really looked into that.
My first car was one of those little type push along ones.
Good one.
The only car.
Tim Palmer said he sent me a comment about a vac. What was that about, Tim? I missed that. Tim, Mick, do you have any leaf blowers or vacs for sale? No, I don't, mate. I think Martin Butler has. I know that Gary had one for sale a little while ago.
You've got a couple of them floating about somewhere.
Yeah, there you go. Hook up with Martin. Gary might be able to flog you one. I know that you did one a little while ago. Was it Martin? Did it fire straight up, Martin?
Yeah, he got them from some. I can't remember where he got them from now.
Yeah,
fired straight up. I think it needs a service because it's bogging down like they all do when they need.
Yeah, they all do. My first car was a 1972 Triumph 2000 6-cylinder. Nice.
Sounds nice.
Bentley bangers. Yeah, banger racing. Text very quiet tonight. Have you been fighting in Morrison's today again? Naughty boy says UK did his videos. There's another.
I've asked him nicely. Did not comment like that on people's channel. I have not been fighting in any Morrisons. He's put it on everyone's channel.
Oh, all right.
I've just ignored it.
Well, you didn't then. You just bit at him, didn't you?
Yeah, but just talking about it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day.
Who you been fighting with then?
I've done it. I've just defended an old guy that was actually at a door, wanted to get in early. So I defended him.
This is like weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You defended the old boy?
Yep.
And then UK did videos is taking the piss?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right.
Pretty much.
Yeah. What engine is worse for Cola or the Briggs 500 EX?
We both suck.
Yeah.
Ken,
the best car I ever had was a Robert Reliant. The best one.
What?
I think that's the best one I ever had. I like the Robert Reliance.
A plastic pig.
Or a 500E.
A plastic pig was your.
Marky, you're behind about 20 minutes.
Do you like your Robert Reliance, Martin? You've had on your drive over 10 years.
As a Reliant Regal, not a Robin Reliant.
Well done.
Mistake, eh?
Well done, Scotty.
It's a plastic pig. My uncle had one, and I don't know what engine he had in it, but it went like the proverbial for shovel. I know that, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit. I didn't feel at all safe in it. He said, if you get in an accident, all you want is a dustpan and brush. I didn't like it. I don't like them. That's not for me. Not at all. Nope.
It's a cult symbol now.
Say again, Martin.
It's a cult symbol.
A cult symbol?
Yeah.
In what context?
Well, you don't buy one of them to run as a family car or a daily driver, do you?
No, I'll definitely not. Well, Mr. Bean did.
Especially if Jeremy Clarkson, because he can't drive one to save his life.
I'm not even familiar. Are you familiar with this, Ken? I don't even know what they're talking about.
It's a little car. It's got 3 wheels.
It's a 3-wheeled car, basically.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen Trotters Independence? Only Fools and Horses. You ever seen that program?
No, sir. Is it a rear-wheel drive then, with one wheel at the back?
No, front wheels at the front.
Oh, that would mean but that would which is the driving wheel?
It's rear-wheel drive.
It's rear-wheel drive. Yeah. That doesn't make sense because then you got to put in a differential and all that other stuff on the 2 wheels.
Basically, you can't go around. You can't cut corners or go too quick around the corner. Else you go straight over.
There's lots of things you can't. There's lots of things you can't do.
I've got about 35 videos on my channel of me refurbishing or restoring one.
There you go. There you go, Bruce. Check it out.
Okay.
What's it called?
Robin Reliance, a banger race, and held together with gap tape and cable ties.
Yep, I remember those days, Jason. I remember those days.
Reliance.
Are those one of those ones that rusted in the showroom?
I don't rust. The fiberglass.
Oh, that plastic, right?
Yeah, a lot more.
See, you guys in the UK had one problem with your cars for those years. A company called Lucas Electric.
Right.
British Leyland.
Well, mine is 12-volt feed.
Yeah,
they always said to me here in the U.S., if you bought a British car, you better bring your electrician with you because the Lucas are going to cut out on you.
Well,
British Leyland gearbox wasn't much better. I had one in a British Leyland gearbox in a Morris, not in a Morris, in a Mini Metro City X, and it always used to keep spitting out of second gear and reverse. And I took it in as a part exchange against another car, and I said to the bloke, "I'll get there early." And literally, I had to put it up on his forecourt in a position where I knew he wasn't going to reverse it out of anywhere because there was no way he was going to put it in reverse. So I did the exchange and drove off in my new car, and I can only just picture him trying to reverse his car into a bay because it weren't going to go into reverse for love nor money.
Did it have a column shift?
I'm going to now make my videos just finished, and I've got to get the graphics, the ident made up and all that, and I've got to upload it. So,
all right, buddy. Thanks for coming up, Martin. Much appreciated, mate, and all the best to you and your family, mate. I'll see you soon.
See you.
Take it easy, buddy. Look after yourself. Right, there's Stuart. I can see you, Stuart. Yeah, I can see you, buddy. I can see you, mate. I can see you.
Hey,
man. I can see you down there, mate. It's a when you get yakking to people, it's difficult to
yeah, I know.
Difficult to get everybody in, but welcome, Stuart. Have you got better internet now?
Yeah, my good man, my son has sorted me out. He's a computer technician, but I was trying to get him off his PlayStation to help me. So everything is sorted. I can hear you clearly. No interruption on it. Brilliant. I have been wanting to come on this for weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't see why you'd want to feel that urge.
I just can't get involved in it. So I'm here anyway. I'm really good.
Yeah, that's all good. And as always, everyone is welcome. So what are you, Stuart? Are you a YouTuber or are you a viewer or what is it?
No, I'm just a standard guy viewer. I built my workshop from scratch, which I was hoping to be in the workshop tonight.
I did see you in there. I did see you floating about. I did see you.
Yeah, but the Wi-Fi signal is bad because the walls. Because what it is, it's a sandstone building, and I think the walls are too thick to get the Wi-Fi out there. But hopefully, I'll sort that out somehow.
Okay, so
yeah. So what I do is what's the guy? Mowers for Profit.
Oh, Mr. Paul Stamp, yeah.
Yeah. I was watching him one day, and I thought that's fascinating. I'd love to start doing mowers, and that's what I started. And at the moment, I've built my workshop, like I said before. I've got 35 mowers ready to go to be sold, but obviously, as you know, the circumstances, they're hard to get rid of them and hard to buy new ones at the moment. But that's the stage I'm at now, guys.
Well, that's good. So you, I mean, is it a hobby or is it a full-time job or what is it?
No, it's a hobby. No. My full-time job is I work for a private family as a security guard and a gardener. We're mainly do security now. And,
okay, cool.
And that's it, really, mate. And guys, that's it. Yeah, really
interesting.
Cool. Good. So what have you got in at the moment that you've been currently working on them?
I'm working on at the moment. I'm working on a hater. The drive on it, I can't get the correct drive belt for it. I've seen on YouTube where the drive belts for a hater Harrier are different sizes, aren't they? The one with the bolt on the little wheel where you move the handle.
So you're talking about the Vari drive one, yeah?
Yeah, that's it. You move the handle, don't you, to look at what's on the cog on the drive, and it's got a bolt on it.
Belt numbers 25 and 24. 24 and 25.
Right, I see. So I've
Good job.
One, and the wrong
Good job, Obi-Wan.
You know what? I have two in my bin that I just put in the trash.
Right.
Just today. However, I can help you out with that. Because I ordered two belts just the other week for I have a hater in currently. And if you watch my videos, you'll see I did a hater Vari drive just the other week. And that had a Vari drive pulley issue on it, and I actually gave the numbers out.
Right.
Which tells me you don't watch my videos.
I do, yes, because I watched.
I'm joking. I'm playing with you.
I do, but I just haven't caught up on that one. That's my excuse, anyway.
Well, I've never worked on a hater.
I know. Let me have a look. See if
I tell you what, I've got another thing to ask you guys. I was going to ask the.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've got to watch what I say because you might kick me off. But the hillbillies before in the workshop with the goofy teeth and the.
The what? The hillbillies.
Yeah, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Carl.
Yeah. Carl. Yeah.
I was going to ask them. Because we were putting questions out, but obviously my connection was crap. I was going to say to them, I've got a ride-on mower. Don't ask me what it starts with J. Jason or J-Sir or something. It starts, but then the fuel pump has got three pipes that go to it. One from the dipstick to the pump. One from
the impulse.
That's the impulse. Yeah.
To the carburetor.
Right.
Fuel solenoid.
Yeah.
It uses a pump.
It's got like a little brass on the actual pump. It's got like a little brass, like little mesh thing. The fuel is coming out,
vent.
leaking.
That's the vent. Yeah.
The vent.
Yeah.
Is it knackered?
Sounds like it.
It's sintered bronze.
It's what, man?
Sintered bronze or sintered brass. It's just a vent.
Yeah.
But why would the fuel be coming out of there and then just leak?
Diaphragm.
Because your
diaphragm's at it.
Ah, right.
You need a new little 3-port. You need a new one.
Right. Well,
have you got a Have you got a pen, Stuart?
No, I haven't. No.
Go and get one.
People don't own pens anymore.
So, let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, because everybody makes those pumps. I think the same factory in China makes them and puts everybody's name on them.
You just need to have 3 or 4 of them in your toolbox, and you're good.
Go-karts have gone fishers in the house. How you doing, Nate? Nice to see you, buddy boy. Nice to see you.
Quarter-inch line.
Hi, go-karts.
Nick Small Engine says, "Can I join the stream?" Yeah, I'll put the link in there. We'll have a change around. No worries. If there's a link, I'll put.
I'm going to back out because I've been sitting here for quite a while. And stay safe, everybody. And good
Bruce,
luck.
if you're up tomorrow on my stream, if you're up,
man, you're what do you do? 3 a week?
Well, no, Sunday normally, like 9 a.m. Eastern.
Oh, okay.
Bruce, nice to see you, buddy boy. You look after yourself. Stay safe, you and Mrs. P and the rest of your family. And I'll see you on the next time round, mate. But please stay safe and look after yourself, mate. Yeah.
Nice to see you, Sparky, everybody.
You take care, Bruce.
See you later on, mate.
Yeah.
Take it easy.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Right. We've got Nick Small Engine wants to come up. Where are you, Nick? I can't see you, buddy. Where are you? I can't see your beautiful face. Where are you? I can't see your face. Down a bit more. Down a bit more, please. Oh, you're sideways. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lovely. Right. Up you come. So because you're new on my stream, obviously I don't know you. You might know me. So I'm just a bit wary of bringing up new people because some people can do silly, crazy things. So you know the rules and regulations. You know I understand that, mate. But I don't know you from Adam. So I'm saying. So I've got my finger primed on the exit exit to basement button in case you stand up and get naked or something like. Because people do silly things like that. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah, I do it all the time.
I do. Right, so, Stuart, the number you want for your genuine hater belts, there's two numbers. You want the 411025.
Yeah.
And then you also want, bear with me, 411025. And then you also want the 411024.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
They're the two belts that you require, and I think off the top of my head, don't quote me. I think the 2.5 is the small one that goes on the very pulley, and the 2.4 is the bigger one that goes between the very pulley and the blade boss.
Ah, right. I see. Okay.
And good luck fitting the one on the very drive pulley back onto the axle, because you're going to need it.
Yeah, I've done that one then before.
Yeah, they're an absolute git. I've
heard them notorious, those belts.
Yeah.
Well, you try doing it the size of these shovels. I'm telling you, I can't get my hands in there. I had to get Riley Boy in there to do it.
You're gonna have to excuse me, guys, because I'm a bit of a chatter, but talker, I'm not a quiet guy. So, what's his name? What's the guy on the right there? Sparky.
Sparky.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, his head's turned. Then, did you see him wake up? Then, oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm reading the chat. I'm actually reading the chat as well.
Oh, I see, Sparky. Right, Sparky, you're a soldering guy, aren't you? Electrician.
Yes.
Right. I've got a Husqvarna. I think it's a Husqvarna lawnmower, and the float on it.
I'm a domestic electrician, not an auto one.
I know, but I'm going to ask you about soldering.
Yep, go on. Meat knows about soldering as well. We all know about it.
Right, the float on it, right, is filling full of fluid, obviously, and then it leaks, and I can't get a float for it. So how would I melt?
Braise it.
The solder, and then take it apart, and then
braise it.
Again. Yeah.
Braising.
Plastic or
braise it, Mick. Yeah, sorry, braise it.
Braising.
Yeah. With a cable, braise it. I would do braise it.
What is a Husqvarna?
Oh God, I don't know off the top of my head. I can't remember me.
Well, you've got on any one of my videos, you'll find in the about section on my page, you'll find my email address. Send me a photograph of it and tell me what it is, and I'll have a look for it for you.
Oh, cheers.
Because there's a company what I use. I use two. I use one called Briggs Bits, and I use one called Stens, and Stens are absolutely fantastic. And you'll be surprised what you can still get. I mean, I got a complete gasket set over here somewhere for a Husqvarna 22R, which is 1982. You can't get the carburetors anymore, but you can get the complete gasket sets for them. So you can still get all the stuff. Just got to look in the right place.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Right, I'll shut up now, guys, and listen to you. Yeah.
That'll make a bloody change. So how you doing then? What's your name down there? Nick, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Whereabouts are you from, and what are you up to, buddy?
Oh, I'm from New Jersey.
Oh, that side of the pond, are you? Okay.
Oh, what exit? We always say that to people in New Jersey. What exit?
Exit 39.
All right, so 39 off the Pike or 39 off of the Garden State?
Garden State.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. So you're down. Oh, wait, you're down there.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
I know I see Kayla.
No, I got a brother-in-law and sister-in-law.
Oh, you do? Okay.
And then I got a guy that just came up to service one of my machines at work from Cape May. Drove all the way up to Connecticut.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a long way.
Long ride. Anyway. Yep.
So how?
Yeah,
so
I
how?
love all the small engines. I've been doing it for like 4 years.
How long you been doing
like
it?
4
years.
4 years.
What are you into? What's your specialty?
Oh, I just like repairing small engines, tearing into them. It's it's fun.
2-stroke, 4-stroke. What's your preference?
4-stroke.
4-stroke.
Coward.
Don't be afraid of 2-stroke. Even though they're oily and messy, I was afraid of them. But once I learned about them, I love them now.
Coward. You've got to get into a 2-strokers. I'm telling you. I tell you because what it is, that. And Ken, I've got to say, you picked up a little bit of flack the other week over them chainsaws. which I don't think was justified, because I pick up lots of two-stroke Yankers, and they're bottom run-of-the-mill bits of equipment, but you can turn them and you can flip them quite quick. But like Ken says, you've got to get into them. And you won't learn quite so much just off the 4-stroke. Has someone got a YouTube running? Am I getting feedback?
No, there.
I
think StreamYards.
It could be. So have you not dabbled at all then, Nick, in any 2-stroke stuff?
Oh, I have. Yeah, I've had chainsaws and weed whackers.
Yeah. Okay. So why don't you do them then?
They just they don't come in very often. I don't find them as
You
much.
doing it out of your house, Nick, or what is it? Just a hobby?
Yeah, like a hobby. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm doing it for 4 years.
Okay.
Well, I don't quite get how you're not coming across them, because I come across them daily. Because out of two-stroke and 4-stroke, it's for 2-stroke that are coming in more often, because that's where you're getting more problems with. Isn't that right, Ken?
Yeah, and plus, in your area, Mick, where you have smaller lawns too, it's a lot more about trimming than it is about mowing, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, pretty much.
At the moment,
look at our. We got all kinds of videos out there. I mean, I've been doing it about 20 years. I've been on YouTube about 2 years, and I do a live stream tomorrow at 9:00 Eastern time. And just a great group of people, everyone, especially our UK partners here. We got a lot of good guys.
He's not including me in that, by the way.
I said UK guys. Are you in a different grouping, Mick? I mean,
I apparently I've been told I'm in a world of my own.
Well, you didn't get on her stream this morning, so
yeah. Okay, all it was, I was going to get on Pate's stream. I was going to get down and dirty on that. But literally, you know what it's like, Ken. You're running your own channel, and I had stuff come in. I mean, literally, my shop today, I've cleaned the shop out. I can now physically, apart from that one in a way, I just moved it. I can now physically get in my shop and do something with it. Whereas this morning, I was climbing over stuff.
Nick, I got to do that after your stream, because I just tripped in my shop before I came on.
Well, Pete will tell you, I had stuff everywhere, and I think I've done about 2 or 3 mowers today, and a yanker. Yeah. And I had to, my oil container was full. I had to empty all that out as well. I had to run up 2 hedge trimmers, which hadn't been run for about 3 months and what have you. And literally, it was getting to a stage where I had to get something sorted. So yeah, I couldn't do a lot today live streaming wise to watch people, but I had to get on with my own stuff. Plus, I sold a mower today. I picked one up today. So yeah, just busy. Got a question here. Okay, yeah, Mick, and all of the UKers, Beatles or the Bee Gees? Beatles all day long. Not my cup of tea, the Beatles, but I'm more into a more unique style of music. Scott would know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not into the Beatles and Bee Gees and such. I'm more into country style songs. And I like Irish music as well, but Irish revel. I don't particularly like country stuff, but I like the revel stuff. That's me. Big question there, Tim. At in no fit state for a live stream, mate. Rather peached. Hope you have a good check for the other channels. BW Sky, mate. Okay, cool. So what you actually got on the bench at the moment, then Stu? So you got your hater you're working on, or waiting for bits. So what's your pride and joy? You're hoping it's gonna make you millions.
Exco, I've got Exco cylinder mower at the moment, and I'm just waiting for a workshop to open near me so that I can get the cylinder reground. I've got the new bottom plate on it. I'm just waiting for the cylinder to be ground, and that's it. Then that's going to be mine. No, I'm not going to sell that. I'm going to have that for my own garden because I've got about an acre and a half of garden.
Does it need the cylinder to be ground, or can you get away with just backlapping it?
No. I'd rather do it. I'd rather have it all properly done, sharp, and all that, and then obviously trying to improve my lawn. Then I've got my lawn, my main lawn, the back lawn. So that's what I'm really keeping it for. Yeah.
And how much are they going to charge to grind your reel?
£32.
That's cheap.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
That's cheap. The cheapest I've come across is about 58 quid.
Oh, all right, £32. Yeah.
And is that by hand or by is that by hand or by jig?
By the jig.
By the jig, yeah. That's very cheap. Well, I'm telling you something, Stu. If you're interested and want to do a trade-in, I will trade you your pride and joy. For come on, be fair. It's all about having the trade. I've got this little beauty coming into my house tomorrow. I'll go and pick it up. It's only across two towns away from me.
Yeah.
As you know, or you might know, I don't know if I put the video out yet. Yes, I have. I think. Yeah, I had a Suffolk Super Punch in.
Yeah.
17-inch with the dual clutch, and I've just been given this little cookie as well. Where's my mouse gone? Hang on, you're down up there. Hang on, bear with me.
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
Hang on, I'm getting there.
Before, didn't you?
Oh, he's gonna make himself bigger.
Show it today. Yeah, I got that one coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but, so that's another 17-inch Suffolk Punch, and I think it's exactly the same as what I had before, but it's not as in a good a condition. It looks a little bit cooked, but he assures me it was running 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So we'll have a little look at that. What you got there, Nick? What are you trying to show us there? You got something going on there, mate? Let's have a little look. 2 seconds. Have a little look.
That's what I've been working on lately. It's this it's an Eager One. I hate these. It has its Cumsy.
Oh, you can keep that. You can keep that. Oh, you don't like the carburetors? Do you know?
I don't like those primer bulbs. They always stick.
Right.
Do you know the best thing to do with that carburetor? The best cure for that? Whack it with a hammer. Chuck it straight in the bin.
That's what I was just going to
Mack it. Chuck it.
But I got to say this: if you know how to fix them, you don't have problems.
Oh, that hurts. That cuts deep.
You need to be a rocket scientist to figure out how to fix them, surely.
Does anyone want to drop on out? I've got two down below. We don't like to drop out. I've got someone down below. Anyone for any takes to drop out?
I don't mind.
Thank you, Sparky boy. Much appreciated, mate. Thanks for coming up.
I gotta get going. I gotta get going too, Mick. You can drop me out, buddy.
Look after your families, you two, please, and stay safe. Yeah.
All right. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, my stream, guys. If you're up,
I can't guarantee. I will try.
No problem. All right, guys. Take care. Good seeing you.
Take care, buddy. Bye-bye. Right, then there was 4. Who we got down here? Right, whoever wants to come up first, got to put your hand up. Oh, you put it up at the same time. Well, all I will say is, ladies first. Up you come, Ken. Right, and then we got this young lady here
first.
How you doing, honey? Nice to see you.
Thank you, darling.
Hello.
How you doing, sweetheart? Are you okay?
Good. I just wanted to hop on quick to say hi. And the mister's going to say hi really quick, too. But he's like a tiger in his jungle right now. So hold on.
He's a tiger in his jungle.
What he's doing right now.
Bye.
He's in a peachy mood.
I'm busy.
What is up with your cookie? What's the matter, sweetheart? What's going on? Come on, anyone talk to me.
There's his mood all day.
Oh, really? Maybe he needs. I think he needs to sit on a timeout chair for 5 minutes.
I think so.
Have you upset him?
No, he's just been lawnmowers and he's been very cranky. Very cranky.
I mean, I think do you know what? I honestly think that lots of families are under a lot of pressure right now, and the cracks are starting to show. You know.
I think so.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and you've just got to all stick together. I mean, we had not a row, because me and Mrs. P don't argue at all. But she came in from work, and I've been busy in the workshop, and Nan had been upstairs doing nothing. And we had no rice to go with our meal that we was going to cook. So the simple question is can you go and get some rice? But it turned out an all right war because we had no rice in the house, and it's not that easy to get rice right now. And so yeah, so we all had to bang our heads together and take time to reflect. And I went and got rice in the end, and it was all sorted. But yeah, rice caused an issue in my house.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Mick, have you ever worked on the adjustable jet carburetors? Yes, I have. They're actually better. I prefer those than the fixed ones. The ones that Nikki's got, or Nick, so I keep calling Nikki. Sorry, because Nikki Walsh comes in the chat, so I keep calling Nikki. The ones that Nick's got, as we all know, they're the pickle ones. You are aware, Nick, and I'm not teaching you to suck eggs, but you are aware that the air filter screw nearest or furthest away from the engine is actually the priming screw. Yes.
Is it?
Yes. Do you want me to show you? No. Whoa. I'm not. No sucking eggs. Right? I'll show you.
Just a bit of a pre-warning, really.
Oh dear Lord.
No, I tell you, you may laugh, but I'm deadly serious. So on a Decumpe, okay. So you're all familiar with that, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. That's the that's the exhaust side and air filter side, yeah. Yeah. Well, that little tiny screw there, where the air filter goes onto there, that side there, if the screw is not seated right in there, then it will not prime full stop.
Oh, correct.
Did you not know that?
Yeah, of course we did, Mick.
Phil, you're going to send me an email tomorrow saying I didn't know that. But yeah, if what people do is they will fit the carburetor to the engine, but not the air filter because they want to check to see if it's priming.
Yeah.
And after you spent an hour cleaning it out, you then squeeze that, and guess what happens? You get no fuel come through. But if you just put the screw back in that one hole there, you will find that will then prime. So a simple way to look at it is if you get a bit of carburetor spray, bump, and you put it through the one that is not the primer, it goes straight through. Let me blow myself up so I can show you what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So if you put it through the one that is not, which is one nearest the engine, you put it in there, that straw comes out that back and goes, yeah, like so.
Yeah.
But on this one, if you put it inside, it actually blows it through the carburetor, through the primer bulb.
Right.
So unless you actually have that, which is a stupid thing to do because that's carburetor spray on rubber, so that's going to expand like hell now. So let me get a bit of a WD-40 to rinse that out. That's it. So yes, if you have a poorly priming carburetor, which is what you were on about a minute ago, Nick, chances are it could very well be that little tiny screw bolt that goes into the air filter bolt goes into a carburetor. Chances are it's not seating right. If it doesn't seat right, then it won't prime right. Have you learned something today?
Yeah.
Then it's worth coming up and babe.
I have Nick here as well.
I'm just gobsmacked, Mick.
Why are you gobsmacked?
I am gobsmacked.
Why?
The depth of your knowledge astounds me.
It's just being rude. He can go.
So time for an email, I think.
Nikki Walsh says China has a lot of rice. Yeah, Charles, Nicky, tough for that, mate. Much appreciated. Patty's performance has had to drop out because of their connection is a bit wonk. It's not
I have to say to you, mate, all power to you. You get Taro to come into your stream. You've been recognised, mate. All power to you.
Well, as always, I never ever take credit for somebody else's work. Never.
Well, you're the man, mate. I'll tell you. Well done.
No. I ain't the man. Trust me, because somebody arranged for that to happen for me, and he's in the chat right now, and his name is Pete Froud. Pete Froud was the one that orchestrated all of that, and Pete Froud was also the one that approached him to see if he would do part of that video with me. So it's nothing to do with that at all.
Well done, Pete.
Yeah, definitely. Pete is a man, and Pete is an avid supporter to lots of channels. out there. It'd be nice just to see Pete do a video once in a while. It'd be nice. But yeah, Pete arranged for that to happen. I sort of knew they were coming up possibly. I wasn't expecting the whole lot to come up all fully dressed up. It sort of took me by surprise a bit. And it's what it's all about. It's nice to have big channels because it's a big channel. 100,000 subscribers, not to be sneered at. That's a lot. That's a lot of hard work.
Yeah. Have you ever seen what he really looks like, Taro, and all the rest of it?
Yeah, I've seen him. Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, he looks a bit like you, Phil, on a good day though.
What, a good looking?
No, I said on a good day, Phil.
That's 2 emails now.
Oh, you get some really strong worded emails now.
I'm going to be too busy on me lathe doing me bits.
Well, it's what it is. I've been going just a little bit over a year. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I can tell that by the amount of about 11 thumbs down I've got on my video right now. So I'm not everyone's cup of tea.
Really?
Oh yeah, I don't care.
Let me have a word.
Have a word, but I'm not worried. I'm here to have a laugh and a joke and to have a good time. And if someone can learn something off of me, or if I learn something from someone else, that's what it's about. It's about sharing information and becoming part of an internet family group network. That's what I mean. Like Nick's turned up tonight, not met him from Adam nor Stuart, and Stuart's been waiting to get on here for about 10 years. And I bet now he's thinking. I bet now he wishes I never bloody bothered now.
And now all he's doing is hanging upside down anyway.
He's not on my screen. He's the right way up on my screen.
Stuart, you're upside down, mate.
Yeah.
It must just be your screen because he's right around on my screen.
Oh, there you go. Look, say there you go. It's a Wiltshire screen then, maybe.
So it's yours then, not mine.
I'm all right.
Try putting your glasses on the other way around. It might be the right way around then.
All right, leave it.
Phil, you
Nick,
can't
can I just say something?
Phil, you can't be hard for dressing gown on, mate. It don't work.
No.
I've had me dinner. I've had me dinner. I've had me beer. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Mick, you're saying
that does not look like beer to me. That looks like cider.
Say again, Stuart.
You said putting ideas to one another, and like, you give me the tip of that cart where the primer, thing like that. What's your feedback about what I told you about the one of the videos I was watching you where you took the tank off, where you had to try to tighten up the dipstick because the bloody dipsticks always come off, don't they? The main body and the dipstick come off together. What did you say about that?
So you're talking about the SV150 engine in particular, aren't you?
Yeah. It always happened to me.
Yep. I mean, generally, rule of thumb. Generally, what I do if I've got one in for service, full service, I will take the pull cord assembly off. Yeah, right, Nick. I'll become buddy. I'll take the pull cord assembly off. I'll take the tank off, and I'll do it up properly. If it's just in for a repair and that's just in my way, I'll literally just put my thumb in there with a cloth and just wrench it up as tight as I can get it.
Right. I see.
Or you can, if you're very careful, get a set of mole grips, not too tight, and then you can go past the threads.
Yeah, that's
clamp on, and twist it around. They only want a little tiny snip up. That's all. They don't want a great deal.
Yeah, it's a design flaw, isn't it? Really, at the end of the day.
That's what I try to put in, Mick, on the message to say to put a pair of pliers on the outside and the inside, past the threads and tighten it. That's how I always do it.
Yeah, I go on.
Because it is difficult to get from the bottom, isn't it? To get a spanner in there.
You can't get a spanner in there. You can try, but you'll never get a decent turn on it.
Yeah.
I mean, ideally, you want an adjust. I think it's about a 16mm spanner, or maybe 17 off the top of my head.
Yeah.
To get it. But what I do is a pair of mole grips and twist it round, or I just put my thumb in with a cloth and wrench it round. It ain't got to be super tight. The problem is that 9 times out of 10, you're going to be the only person to ever undo that because your customer ain't going to do it. But what generally happens is if they get the lawnmower out after the season and it don't start, they check the oil and then they do it up really, really tight, and that's when it happens.
Is it worth putting a bit of grease or a bit of Vaseline or something on the thread, do you reckon?
No, because you've got oil in there anyway, Phil, haven't you? So there's your lubrication straight away. It's just a very, very poor manufacture defect. That's always been the same with any SV150 engine I've ever come across. So, a pair of mole grips, Stu, and just give it half a turn, and it's on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's how I do it. But I was asking you, were you aware how to do it? Say taking the tank off. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna. Yeah, that's
I mean, for me, a full service is not just all change filters and that sort of stuff. It's generally pull cord assembly off, recheck the spark plug gap on the the core gap, and a general tied up and general check. And if that's loose, then the tank will come off, and I'll so generally with a full service, I'll do a tank flush as well, especially beginning of the season, and I'll tighten that up as I would anyway.
Yeah, I do. How do you flush the tanks, Mick?
How do I flush a tank? So what I do is I take the fuel line off, and then inside the tank you'll have a little tiny white filter.
Yeah.
Well, take that out. They all should have them on the SV150s. They should all have them.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Take them out and spray them with carb cleaner because they get bunged up, and that's 90% of your fuel delivery issue. That's why some SV engines actually hunt, is not because of the jet, it's because they can't get enough fuel past that filter because it clogs up. So if you take the fuel line off and then take the little tiny white filter out of the tank, spray that up, and then I tip the tank up on its side with a cap off, and I'll put my air hose airline down the hole, and I'll blow the tank out, swill it out with fresh fuel, and chuck it out, and then go again, put it all back together. That's generally how I do it.
Yeah, I've got a motor that I've done the full service. It still hunts, but somebody was saying it may well be like an air leak. You know, spray a bit of fairy liquid with water around it just to see if it leaks anywhere, but I don't know.
On what?
I can't remember, mate. It's this time of night.
I think you've been drinking.
Hey?
It's not possible.
It's on a Briggs. It's on a Briggs engine.
Well, might be a Quantum.
Yeah, Quantum. That's
possibly. Yeah.
It'd be a Quantum.
Yeah.
But then the Quantum is a very bad fuel design anyway. So it's a gravity fed system, and there's not a decent line going downhill to the bowl. It's near enough blinking straight, and there's no leeway for any movement because the pipe is so blinking short, a bit like on the 550E.
So it could well be then there's a fuel shortage, if you like, with the filter.
Yeah.
The 9 filter.
I think Nick's eating crisps. Let me know when you finish rushing them packets of crisps, Nick.
I don't have anything.
No, Nick. No. I've got Nick Jones. I've got Nick Jones in the chat. He's eating something.
Okay.
Sorry about that, Mick.
No, you're okay, mate. That's not a problem. Hiya, Snobby. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you, buddy boy. Thanks for popping on in. Nice to see you.
Snobby's here. Hey, Snobby.
Guys, Mick, what sort of price do you charge for a service, or is that nothing you discuss? Or?
Oh no, I'm happy to discuss my prices, and it varies, right? Because this is the important thing: is that a standard service I charge 35 plus parts. That's what I charge for a standard service, okay? But that's a standard service. A full service is different. I charge 55 plus parts for a full service.
Right. Well, I charge 25 before I start, and then parts added on top. So I'm a bit cheap, really, aren't I? And I do a full strip down, blade, air filter, oil, spark plug, air filter, cables, etc. You know, the usual. I even do the engine speed with a strobe light.
Well, if you're charging £25 plus parts, I might send all my lawnmowers up you to be serviced.
Makes my teller look stupid, though, doesn't it?
At the end of the day, there's no real price.
Yeah.
That you should charge. If you're happy with that price and you're still making money out of that, so roughly what you're saying is you're doing that just over an hour. Is that right?
Yeah. Usually about an hour and a half. Yeah.
Yep. So you're charging roughly £20 an hour.
Yeah.
Yep. So which is, from what I'm seeing, about the going rate for people within our group.
Yeah. I see.
If I'm doing a service on a bigger engine, let's just take a Honda HRX just for example. The price goes up because you've got the rotor clutch to consider and all that sort of stuff. So the price goes up considerably. But I can make money on 35 plus parts, and I can probably bang a service out on a standard Briggs, a 3.5. I can do a service inside about 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and I can queue them up. I can do about eight or nine of them in a morning, no problem at all. So UK Disney videos is £25 is cheap. Yeah. He starts at £55. So £55 is that including parts UK Disney, or is that not including parts? It all depends. It all depends on you. If you're just in it for a hobby, for a bit of beer money, or whatever, then that's fine. But what I do, because I run a YouTube channel and I do service work and I do repair work, and I also do a mobile call out one as well. So in case someone's got a mow which they can't bring down, I'll also go out. I'll put my tool chest in my trailer and I'll shoot down the road and I'll charge for that as well. That's extra, of course.
Well, I've got a car trailer, so I can do that.
Yeah, exactly. So it all depends on you, and if you can get the parts as well. I mean, I get most of my parts. I don't buy Briggs parts. Don't do it. I get all mine from Wuhan in China. Not at the moment.
Well, I bought some filters, air filters, like exactly what you've got there now. Yeah.
What do you pay for that, and quantity wise?
God, I don't know off the top of my head, Nick. I'm sorry.
I think I got 50 filters for 12 quid.
Oh, I see. Right, I didn't actually buy that many. 50, you say? 50 filters.
50 filters for 12 quid. Yeah.
Yeah, I see. Right. Well, no, I only
from where?
That was off a Wish.
Wish.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That was off a Wish. It took a little while to get here because obviously they're coming from Wuhan.
Yeah.
So it takes a while to get here, but they're cheap and cheerful. And the good thing is because they are so cheap, you can then drop your price a bit, and everyone's competitive. But I think 3-4 years ago, that's including parts. Depends on the mower, of course. Yeah, £55 per service. So UK Disney Videos is actually the same as me. £35. I charge 35 plus parts. He's charging 55 including. So it's about the same money. Been charging that for 5 years, and the customers seem happy yet. But then saying that, I had a bloke come in this year. I did a video on a mower that wasn't. I think it wasn't running. That's right. It was a big Crowcast one, and it needed a bit more work. And I think I stung him about 85 quid in the end, only because it had to have a full service and a few other bits and pieces. But the bits he wanted, a brand new set of carburetor springs, you can't get them cheaper than about £5. You can't get them. And all the little bits he wanted on top or had to have on top wasn't within the standard service. So of course, the price went up. However, the place where he took his mower last year charged him £185 for a standard service.
Whoa!
Wow!
Neither I don't drop that.
£185 for a standard Briggs and Stratton classic service.
So you buy a brand new mower for less than that?
Yeah, exactly.
It's what it is. It's what it is. Right, anyway, guys, unfortunately, it is that time of night. I've been going for 2.5 hours, and that's my absolute limit. I can't go much more because Mrs. P is looking for me and all the rest of it. So I can't as much as I'd like to. I'm not going any more than 2.5 hours because it's not fair on my family. So I need to
understand me.
You're always all welcome. Make sure you subscribe, whack the old bell, all that sort of good stuff, and you'll be told next time I do a live stream or if I got a video coming out. Yeah, Tim, it's daylight robbery, mate. That's what it is, though. I do thank everyone for coming up in the panel, on the stream, in the chat, and thanks to Terrell for coming up with Grassrats Garage as a surprise guest. Look out for more surprise guests in the future. You never know who's going to pop up on my stream. Thank you for everyone on the panel for coming. Nice to see you, Nick, Nick Jones, and the other coming to see me. And Stuart, much appreciated if you come, mate. You're always welcome. I would say thank you to you, Top Conquer, but you're always up here. And Stewie boy, nice to see you. I'll see you all again soon. Don't forget to
having me on here.
Yeah, you're welcome. Don't forget to check out Dusty Blonde. Dusty Blonde is in the chat right now. If you click on Dusty Blonde's channel, she'll be live tomorrow at 6:30. She is the woman show for the weekend. Check her out. She's absolutely fantastic woman and has a fantastic family. And I regard her as one of my closest friends. So check Dusty Blonde out. She's absolutely amazing. And she has a banging stream. So go and check her out. Don't forget, on your way out, thumbs up or thumbs down. I don't really mind. Thumbs up is preferable with thumbs down. Take that as well. And I'll catch you all again on the next episode of Micks Mowers. But until then, people, don't forget, more importantly, take her easy.
Stay safe.
People, bye-bye. If I could hit the old red cross down there, that'll take it out of my panel, and I can shut my stream down.
Bye.
See you later. Take it easy. Look after yourself. That's it, Stu. Good lad. Right, that's gone. Cheers, Snobby boy. Take it easy, everyone. I'll see you later on. Look after yourselves and stay safe, please.